Right. Let's get into this. What's going on with the chat? What? The fuck? Why is the chat not working? Oh, there's nothing here anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so like I said, we're going to react to Andrew Tate on the Full Send podcast with the Nelk Boys. This one should be a good one. I've not seen it yet. I've waited to watch it on stream, so let's do it. Right, if I can just get back to here. Actually, I should do a hotkey so I can just switch that. That'd be a lot easier for me. Right, so we'll just go back. Is that where I was just a minute ago? Oh, fuck it, I'll just go. No, YouTube. You always my G. Right, yes, this here. It'd be good if I could get a fucking thumbnail instead of. Well, I tried that last time. Right there. Oh, fuck it, doesn't really matter. Should be here somewhere. I shall speed situation explained. Oh, is that about doing the crypto coin? Anybody would do it. Like, let's just be fucking real. Anybody would do it. Like, it's just stupid to think that you wouldn't. Like, and he's 17. Like, come on. Like, give him a break. Right, let's watch this shit.
Literally the day we were about to upload the Andrew Tate podcast, YouTube hit us with a strike randomly. I don't know, it's like they fucking knew, man. Pop it up. So we weren't able to upload all week because we had a strike. That's what happens. They ban you for a week. But this pod was too good to not put out. You know, a lot of people have been saying, don't collab with Andrew Tate, don't do this. Everyone has their opinions on him. We just do whatever the fuck we want. We've always done that. You guys know that. So we're not gonna really fold to the internet fucking censorship shit. Also, since you guys are already on fullsend.com, we're doing our drop in 1 week. Monday, November 28th is the drop, and you guys can browse the entire collection right now on the site. So
did
right
they just drop it on fullsend.com and then probably thought, fuck it, let's just put it on YouTube?
There's a ton of fire shit. This is one of my favorites. But yeah, browse the collection. I'll show you guys some of the shit too. We got some Trump shit, Full Send Trump, Trump band.
W Trump.
These are hard. Vintage little Trump tees. This one's good for this podcast. Everything woke turns to shit. We absolutely appreciate everyone that supports us by buying merch. We meet you guys all the time in public. Thank you so much. The drop's 1 week from today.
You know what? To be fair, they probably meet their fans more than anyone else. I always see them do meetups and shit. Like, that's why the fucking Nelk fan base is strong. And the videos they make are just fucking like, they're like movies, like mini movies. Especially like the Bigfoot ones.
There's a lot of conversations ongoing. It seems some people doubt my powers. I think I'm old and passive. It's almost like, you know, I forgot I'm the top fucking G. So it's not a simple process. There's negotiations ongoing. We're working a few things out. But I will promise the world this. Whoever ends up engaged in Mortal Kombat with me is going to be the worst fucking...
Mortal Kombat. Bro, do you know what? That's what I actually love that he does as well. Like, he genuinely believes into all this, like, Morpheus shit and, like, I think he genuinely thinks he's a superhero, like, maybe he is, who knows.
Literally like the vlog should just bring you down for no reason.
I think we're rolling, right?
Yeah. Oh, dude, Steiny, can we just
talk some facts, though.
You're good.
He's charismatic as fuck.
Are you fucking zapped or hammered or what?
Neither.
Both.
No, I just have a certain vibe, and it's like, if you fucking come in here and annoy the fuck out of me, I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
It's like insane. That's all.
All right, well, we'll switch it up for you. Let's change it up.
It has nothing to do with either of you, but you know
What's
what I'm
that?
saying. Nothing to do with you guys.
Oh, something else outside of this.
Yeah. It's all good.
What's going on in life right now? You want to talk about it?
No.
I like talking about stuff. Straight up.
I know you do.
This is what we're here for. Like, it's like,
I know.
It's kind of therapy for me, kind of therapy for you.
Do you have something you want to talk about?
Dude, honestly.
Oh, they've not uploaded it.
I've been going through a lot lately.
Well, what's bothering you?
Girl stuff.
So it's not them that uploaded it?
100%.
No, it
I
wasn't.
just had a point in my life where I'm like, I want kids, I want a family. And
Right there, I want to
Damn.
see.
Yeah.
Opening up in Tate's villa.
I'm trying to like make these decisions in my life where like I need to be able to fully like allow someone
shit.
into my life. Otherwise, I can't have that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so afraid of commitment. I'm not even gonna lie. In that sense, because I'm afraid of losing.
Why? So what do you have to change?
Well, I've been going to therapy.
Are you afraid of commitment because you're scared of losing, or you don't want to be tied down?
I'm afraid
Right.
of losing.
Really, that's the main thing.
100% the main.
But you never lose chicks.
I mean, yeah.
Rarely.
You talking about me specifically?
You specifically.
Yeah, but like I always lose chicks because I don't.
No, I
like,
didn't.
If I go to that extent, I don't give enough because I
No.
put myself back because I'm afraid
Jesus.
of being hurt. I'm afraid of like.
But I've seen
letting the
loads of people
situation
put them up.
not being able to like fully
Like
go
with
to the
Andrew
place that I wanna
Tate.
go with the
Do you
relationship.
think they got
Straight up.
strikes for it?
And I actually feel
Jeez,
like
man,
somewhat
so
of
it wasn't
a
even
cop-out.
them
Not
that
that
put
it's
it up.
a terrible shit. You do what you want to do. Because yeah, like if I can't have a kid,
I'm actually want to watch this as well. Just to, I said earlier on I wasn't going to, but I actually do want to just watch it and
Why do
like
you
just
want- why do you
see
want a kid?
fucking what he
Is
says
it
and see if he just
is
like
he supposed to, or you
squirms
just,
like
like,
a little
you actually want
fucking.
one?
I've always wanted kids because I grew up.
I used to respect you, Jordy, but well, I suppose he had to apologise, did he? He got dropped by all his sponsors and everything. Like, it's not even
you've
his
always
fault.
wanted
It's like
kids.
fucking society's.
Always wanted to. What about you?
I'm not there yet.
Dude, I'm nowhere near even thinking about that. I'm 28.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm
yeah.
32. I've
I'm
got
getting up there
fucking
too,
two
but
kids.
I'm-
They're teenagers
personally,
nearly.
I don't give a fuck. I
One
am
of them
not
is,
thinking
and one of
about
them's nearly.
At all.
I'm focused on the business and.
Sometimes it's
I'm
best
not
to
in
just
that
have
position
them
right
young,
now.
and then by the time, look, I'm nearly his age, and then
No,
like my
not at
kids
all,
are like
dude. I'm just
doing their
not.
own
I don't
thing.
care.
You know when it started creeping up on me when I was 26, and I'll be honest, it's not just like
26?
Yeah, 26.
What,
when I
a
started
kid?
thinking of when I started thinking about like getting my life actually like. In
I had
that
my
order,
first son at
being ready.
17.
Why?
Just mentally, like, because I have so much
But
else.
no offense,
Like
that was
just
7
17
years
as
ago.
well.
You haven't had a kid in 7 years, so you've been thinking about it for a long time.
No,
No,
that's when it started.
Wouldn't have.
Steiny's back, eh?
Yeah, no, it's
I wonder,
great.
no, I might have
Fine,
had him at
back.
16
There you go.
actually, because he's born in September,
But
and then
beyond
I
just the
probably
kid thing,
turned
it's more
17 in
like
February.
Just being ready
Yeah,
for like
so-
actual love in my life, because I
I
spent.
can't do this shit, bro.
You can't do what?
We're with the fucking top G's, bro. Let's talk about
Is it
some
getting too
G
deep for you?
shit.
You want to talk about some surface level shit?
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about
Okay.
you having your
Let-
kid, bro.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Have
Why?
your kid. If you have your kid, I'll be there for him.
I just strangled him for that.
I'll be the godfather. But like,
Look. The reality is this, man. Self love.
So is that all you've been thinking about this whole trip?
No, not the whole trip. No, obviously doing the pod. Think about the pod. But I'm talking about the overarching theme of the thing that I'm explaining right
is
now.
it that hard to have a kid? Like, don't you
It's
just?
not about that. It's not about. Bro,
No, but I mean, it's like the process is just fucking nutting inside, right?
it's not about just having a kid, bro. It's
I don't know,
about
what the
like
fuck?
picking the right one and being
Don't
ready
you
for
have-
that.
That
Fully
definitely.
ready for that. The point is like.
See, for me, it's just like I would just have to be so.
See, I was so
fucking
young, I
sure.
didn't even know how to pick the right
Of
one,
something
but
before
you
I
should
make that
definitely pick the right one.
Like for
I
me,
would
I
definitely
I'd
wait
be
to have
scared
kids.
to,
Don't
like marriage.
use
is
me as an example.
So scary to me because I
Well,
feel like
that's-
I'd never want to get divorced.
Yeah.
Like that's my thing. It's like I would never want to get married and then get divorced.
You know what? That's what a lot of, and
Wait,
Andrew
that's
Tate will
all?
probably speak about this stuff when he comes on. Like, whereas like men are really fucking like that. We're very territorial. Do you know what I mean? So like getting into a relationship with someone, the thought of a woman leaving us, like men just can't deal with that shit. Like it fucking like breaks our fucking like heart. Like it's like, I think it's like ego, is it? You know what I mean? Like all men have got, even if they say they don't, all men have got like kind of big egos. Well, not big egos, but they've all got egos. I think. You know what I mean? So like yeah, and I feel like well definitely with me like if I want something I want it to last forever. You want it, do you know what I mean? So it's scary getting in relationships. Like
Other
I
thing,
feel like
though,
you got to be so fucking sure.
That's the
I
point.
feel
Yeah.
like everyone does it now too, just because like they have to do it. I know like a lot of people like
It's not even marriage.
mhm, you get to that
The
age
thing
and it's
that
like
I'm
yeah, I
talking about
have
is like
to.
the overarching theme of like being able to fully love yourself to allow yourself to be in a certain commitment.
But why do you talk about having a kid before you talk about having like getting married?
No, I'm saying
Like you want to have a baby mama or you want to get married?
I want both. I mean, I don't necessarily need to be married.
I think Steiny's the
I
type
wanna
of
be
guy
able
to let
pick
girls
someone
like
that I know
piss
that I
on
can
him
have
and
a
like
kid
kick him and
with
shit.
be a
Like
good mother for my child.
that's how I
But, like,
imagine
the
it.
overarching theme of this is like being able to love myself fully, so that I
Like,
can
you know, like
fully
high
commit to
heels
someone
on his
else.
fucking
That's what I'm
like.
saying. And that's what I want to
oh.
talk. I want to talk to Tate about this shit,
You get so deep.
bro. I'm not. It's just I'm telling you the
So?
truth, right? I can't fully commit.
What's
to
the best
a girl
thing about
if you take
Bradley?
me
Like
How's that
afraid of-
gonna
his
affect your
podcast
gym
actually
schedule, bro?
slaps.
What?
If you have a kid,
Oh, I still go
What
to the
the
gym.
fuck?
What are you talking about?
Let me
well,
get
I
my
mean, it's
pasta.
gonna change your life.
Alright, I'll just keep this playing.
My problem is the commitment thing.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I thought at first that you and Tate were gonna get along. I think you guys are gonna butt heads.
You thought what?
I thought you guys were gonna get along. I think you're gonna butt heads.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think you're taking like this lovey-dovey, like
No.
your girl's watching this podcast.
Yeah,
thing,
we
so-
went right into some lovey-dovey
Yeah,
shit.
listen,
And we
bro.
got like, this is a big pod, so we have a new audience too.
So I'm gonna tell you the
So
point
this is funny. We got all the top
mean,
G squad in
yeah.
here. and then
Yeah,
we're
no. The
fucking-
point is, I'm trying to figure out. I want to ask him his opinion on that idea of self-love. That's what I'm talking about. So that's why I'm bringing it up because I'm relating to myself, but I want to get his opinion on it. That's straight up.
I don't know what he's gonna say. Doesn't seem like a marriage guy or a kid guy right now, but
It's not necessarily just about marriage. That's the thing that I'm talking about, right? But I'm relating to something deeper than that. You
too
follow
deep for me. Yeah, it's just too deep for me.
Too deep?
I take it day by day, bro.
Damn, even with the Addies, it's too deep.
No, no,
Oh, okay.
Prescription addies don't count for him.
Yeah, they don't ask.
Oh God.
What? All I take is prescription.
Do you really struggle with ADHD?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good, man.
Why do you want me to get on?
I'll go get deep on whatever you want to get deep on. I'm here to talk. I can talk all day, all night.
No, I don't
We
want
do
to.
this for hours, dude.
I mean, I don't know. I slept for like 1 hour last night. Hit the gym at 5. We crushed the gym this morning. That was a good
Nice.
lift. And yeah, bro, I'm tired as fuck. I feel loopy as hell. But I'm ready for this.
Where the fuck is Tate?
This is like see, you don't get the game, bro. This is such a flex. Like, he's not doing shit. He's in the kitchen. There's a couple girls there. They're having their drinks. It's like a statement. Like, yo,
It's
you
like-
come at 10.
I like Stingy that
Am
at
I,
least
am I,
like
am I, am I capping?
presses him a bit.
This is a
So is he
statement.
like a
knows what it is.
rapper? Is this like a rapper thing?
Do you know
Is he a
what?
rap-
This is the only reason I'm watching this, right? The reason that I'm done with watching the Andrew Tate podcast, because once you've heard a few of them, you've kind of heard most of his talking points and get what the fucking gist is, right? But then it's like people just bring him on just to agree with him. Like, I want to see him, like, you know what I mean? I want him to see him debate people. Like, they're the best ones. That's why Aiden Ross one does so well, because he brought on that whatever his name is. Brought on that fucking, what's his name? Hassanabi, something like that. Like, to debate him, and that it was good fucking. Like, that's what you want to see. You want to see his ideas tested, not just great, you're the top
He
G.
says 10 'cause he knows he wants to
Well
come out
done,
here
boy.
and Like,
And
yeah,
listen, I
like
like
that.
him. I think
One day
he's fucking
that's-
amazing.
Okay,
Like, but
I hear what you're saying. Now tell me
the dick riding is crazy.
For what?
I'm more important than your time.
For what?
To let you know, I know you guys have a big podcast. I know you're big YouTubers, but my time is more valuable than yours.
What do you think the point of that is? What do you
What?
think the point of that is?
A
What is he-
statement, bro.
What does he get out of that?
It's just like the. I think,
When he
you know
gets
what
on this
think?
podcast,
I
when
thought
gets
that
on
he
this
was quitting the
I want you
podcast
say,
to
I'm
go
connected
back with
to him,
Steve.
and then I'm gonna ask him that question.
Okay.
I want you to ask him that.
Because it's got to be fair.
Is that what
Fun,
he
he
thinks?
ain't funny as
I think
fuck,
he
Steiny.
drove all the way out. to
But
the
he's the good guy to
Yeah,
pick
straight
on.
up. He's probably
There's a
showering,
fucking
dude.
party going on in the kitchen.
And he does the
They
weirdest
invited
shit,
me in
but
there and they
that's
wanted to
funny.
take a shot.
Okay, now you're just capping.
Yeah.
I think he's probably just showering so he doesn't smell shitty. He's probably in the
Wait,
desert.
they're in the desert? It's fucking 10 p.m., bro.
I can't wait till he gets on this pod because that's the first thing I'm gonna ask him now. You just
Put it on me.
inspired
Put it on me, bro.
Fucking-
Nothing
You
new
are
to
the
me.
guy.
Make me the bad guy.
No, I'm just saying.
Nothing new.
It was your theory,
Nothing fucking new.
dude. So he's becoming like the villain on this podcast, huh?
He's been the villain,
I'm
yeah.
the villain.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Joker, right?
He is
Yeah.
funny. Come on, he is
You got a
funny.
cigar?
Or he's like Dr. Octopus.
But I think a lot of it comes
that?
from, like, obviously, if you watch Nelk, then you're a massive Steve Will Do It fan, normally, anyway. And it's like how people thought of it as like, oh, Steve's been cancelled. No, it was just before, I think, was it? But anyway, he got an opportunity to go work on the podcast. Anybody would take that shit, but it's just, I think it's the way he went around it more than anything. Do you know what I mean? They obviously pissed Steve off, but I think he's going back to work for Steve now. Like, maybe just doing being in front of the
Oh,
camera.
Doc Ock. Guy's a bitch.
No, Steiny's Green Goblin, actually.
You have a lighter? How many of those you have?
Two more. Tristan and Andrew.
Oh, you didn't get us those.
No. And also, when he
You're
gets
that
it,
guy
will
that
you
brings the
scoot over
cigar
one?
just so Tate thinks you're cool or what?
That's definitely what you did.
It's not gonna work, you know?
I got two for him, though. It's like a gift. I bring a house.
It goes bad. I've seen a bit of Bradley's video.
Bring shit, dude.
Fucking
The fuck?
testosterone and a kid on the way.
Bro, there's no kid on the way. You okay?
So, Andrew, these are do you have names picked out?
No, I don't have names.
No?
No.
Nah, you're not that ready.
Oh, bro, that's the point.
Max
That's what I'm
Wyatt's
getting
here. Wait, should we get Max?
at. Bro, what?
This guy's mind's in another spot.
It
right now,
is,
bro.
dude.
Mhm.
Being awake from midnight till 7 a.m. with nothing to do is scary.
Please just pull it together.
TikTok, Pornhub. TikTok, Pornhub. Give me those cigars. No. have a lighter?
See, he's fucking funny, like.
Just gonna
Kinda
hold
like
it.
a- it's like
You're
a-
gonna hold it like
It's like a
that.
prop.
Like fake money.
Huh?
Like prop money. You can't really spend it. You can't really smoke it. That kind of stuff.
Well, I want to ask him in his house. This is a fucking. Can we talk about this villa real quick?
It's beautiful.
This is insane.
What, you think he doesn't smoke in his house?
Dude, you are fucking tripping, bro. And it's hilarious to me.
Bob
I
Henry
fuck with it.
Jr. over here.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
yeah, you got the.
I feel like
you
I'm
said the
low-key
Bob
becoming.
energy?
Nah, well, it's like 2 days no sleep, bro. You
Bro,
become
I
Bob.
haven't slept either. I'm not tripping. You're tweaking. You good.
Yeah, but you like take shrooms and have like this energy,
I haven't
spiritual
taken
bullshit.
any shrooms. There's no shrooms here, bro. In fucking Abu Dhabi, Dubai, you can't do that shit here.
Yeah.
Got none of that on me. Actually, I haven't taken shrooms in like 2 months.
Nice.
Yo, Tate, come on, bro.
Oh, easy, bro. What the?
Andrew, come on.
Hey, yo, are you out of your
come
mind?
Why? Who gives a fuck?
We're in his crib, bro.
give a
Show some
fuck. He said
respect.
come here at 10.
Don't be
It's
Mr.
fucking-
Alpha when he comes on. You're gonna be a
10:33,
bitch.
dude.
Guarantee you're alpha right now. When he sits down, you're gonna fucking
Oh,
be
you
a
think
pussy.
I'm not gonna ask him why the fuck he wasn't here for the last 34 minutes? I'm gonna ask him.
$500 right now.
Oh, bet.
All right, fine. Well, no, you owe me 1,000.
I won the bet last night.
I just want to make this clear because I do love you.
Yeah,
and you're my good friend,
hilarious.
but I'm on their
I'd
side.
love to see Bradley stick it on him.
The G's, top
There's
G's.
no fucking side.
Yes, there is.
Oh my god.
There's too much
Whatever.
alpha energy.
Just give me my fucking 500 and the other 500 from the other night. Fuck
You want me to go get him?
I'm gonna go get him right now.
Okay, let's
I'm
see it,
actually
Mr.
gonna- I'm
fucking
gonna say-
Alpha.
I'm gonna-
He's not here? Oh my god, where is he?
Bro, we might as well just run the pod. Just fucking internal. Let's do it.
Maybe bring the girl in the
Yeah, bring the girls
Hey,
here.
excuse me. Max, can we have her come over here for a second?
Yes, please.
Do you mind sitting in real quick? I had a couple
They should both
questions.
come, yeah.
Both you guys.
Please, girls. Just sit right here.
Right here. There, you just pick up that mic. What was your name? again?
Damn!
Vanessa.
Aaron. Welcome to my
Jesus!
house. It's my crib.
Wow, that's a
Yeah, what's
classic
both of your guys'
Stein.
names?
Vanessa and Mariana.
Okay. What do you
live
guys?
in
Yeah, we both live here.
Yeah. They don't live in Canada, you know. We're in
Well, I don't know
Dubai.
if you're visiting or like what you guys do. So, nice.
What do you guys think of Andrew Tate?
He's alright, yeah.
Do you know him?
No,
You don't know him at all?
No opinion? You know anything about him?
no.
Oh, okay.
How do you know about him?
We met a few days ago on the boat. He's actually alright.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa, what the
I was
fuck?
honestly, I was surprised. I thought he was gonna be a complete dick, but actually he was.
Why did you think he was gonna be a dick?
Obviously, all the videos going around, like he just comes across as a complete misogynist, but he's actually like he's decent.
Every single
Yeah,
video.
he's really cool in person.
every video you think he comes across
Well,
like that way?
I don't go and watch his videos, you know. It's just whatever pops up.
Clips.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't avoid him like the last few months. It was literally like took over TikTok.
How?
Everywhere.
What was the scene on the boat like? Like, how'd you get invited?
Through my flatmate.
And what was like the ratio like on there?
It was about 50-50. I don't know. Some of the guys were a bit. It was a real bro event, you know, like a lot of testosterone.
His kind of event.
Sounds dope.
Would you say you would hang out with him again?
Don't think I know him that well. Like I'd probably go to another event. Yeah, like he's alright.
Nice. So what are you up to tonight? You look all sparkly and good. You look like you're about to go to the Grammys, low
Came
key.
because my friend invited me, so I don't know what I would do.
She had no. This is the best part. She has no idea she was gonna be doing
She has
this.
no
Is that-
idea
is
what's good, eh?
She's like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Wait,
No, it's good.
do you like wonder where you are, or you guys just like go to these parties like, yo,
Do you
whatever?
know what the
There's
fuck
a-
we're even like? Yeah, nothing about. Okay, that's
Honestly,
dope.
I thought we were going to dinner.
Who told you that? Gabe or Max or what?
Damn, Max was capping.
Interesting tactic by Max over there.
Yeah. How did you two meet? Are you guys friends or what's the relationship here?
Sleeping with my flatmate.
Yeah.
What's a flatmate?
Wait.
What's a flatmate?
Like a roommate.
Oh,
Who's that, Max?
Yeah, Max. I live with him.
is that like a thing in Dubai? Like people just kind of like get down or what?
Mm. I just watched a movie and it came from I don't know where.
He hit you with the Netflix and chill. Is that what?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, they were Netflix.
That still works?
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Is he like a good-looking guy or like what's his vibe?
No, we just was a friends. And
Fair.
What do you do for fun? Like, what's some of your hobbies?
I like go for
Like paintball and shit, or what? Shoot? Oh, like paintball? Oh, okay, that's cool.
Kyle, you're such a fucking troll, dude.
Paintball's dope. No, I mean I like paintballing.
I do too. What about you?
What's his?
That's
Of
beautiful.
course you do.
Dude,
You can tell by
fucking
looking at
me
you.
weird.
We rode camels today.
She looks British.
What's that? I like
Yeah.
to paintball. Yeah,
hot in the
yeah, it's
desert,
fun.
Fucking, what are you guys doing?
Fun.
What are you guys doing, dude?
What's
We're doing
your
a
guys'
podcast. You just hitting on these
What's
chicks.
your conversation
What the
about?
fuck?
I wanted to before we start, I wanted to preface something about the last G8 summit event. Like, what did you think about Russia's statement at the UN?
I don't know.
Just before I preface with like my thesis and stuff.
Mm.
I didn't even know that word, man.
Say something about Putin.
Did you want to weigh in?
I have no idea.
What do you girls find most attractive on a guy? What body part? It's basic.
Oh.
Yeah, body part like shoulders. I mean, come on. Careful.
I like height.
Brad's like,
I like
what
tall
body
guys.
part do
Yeah,
you
like what's
find?
your bicep? Like,
Yeah,
Height.
tall, height. Yeah,
really, that's it.
Fuck.
yeah.
Damn.
What's like too short? Like, are you like a 6 feet above?
Well, they have
I
to
like
be taller
style.
than me.
That's understandable.
Yeah, because I'm quite tall, so they've got to be like at least that much taller.
Yeah.
But you're really, so
Yeah, I
you're
know,
like
I'm
really
massive.
tall because you're tall.
I mean, she said style. She said she likes style.
Yeah, so-
Rate his fit. Rate his fit.
It's my shirt. But go ahead. That's my team. No, but what
Rate
do
his
you like
fit,
about the
rate his
fit?
Her laugh is jokes, bro.
Out of 10. Rate his fit out of 10.
It's mid.
8.
Thank you.
Oh.
Hey,
good.
what
I
about
kind of looked into his eyes when you said that. Blue eyes, by the way.
7.
7?
What the fuck?
Nice.
How do you do that?
You got an 8. You got a 7. It just is
Wait,
what
but
it is.
why?
dude.
What's his fucking fit? If you rate that higher than a 7,
It's not just the fit, you idiot. He is always not.
6.5.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
That's
all
right.
good, dude.
Get a stylist. Hire a stylist, homeboy.
Get a stylist. You want to talk about the fucking borrowed watch that you got from
what the
Osgard?
fuck is that accusation?
You want to talk about how you
That's an
constantly
insane
like,
accusation.
this guy
That
constantly
is
wears shit that's
crazy.
not his. That watch right there is that guy's watch. So that's his watch. Okay, just
Okay,
FYI.
funny story.
No, he just wears other people's watches.
I honestly, I have like a travel thing, and I travel with like 10 of them.
Yeah.
And it couldn't fit in my bag, and I was like, yo,
He's
let me
now just
wear yours.
capping completely, all made up, completely made up. It's fine though.
It's okay.
Yeah, you also those were also
Oh,
gifts.
these are
I
fucking
think.
mine. These are paid for.
Yeah, those were also
Why
gifts.
you have this?
Oh, this?
It's a
tobacco
prop.
and
That's
you
a
don't-
prop.
I always have one
You
of
want
these.
to look like.
Wait, what?
We were wondering why you didn't light it up.
Yeah, we were also.
I don't
wondering
really
that.
smoke in my house. Usually I smoke outside. Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
If you guys need to smoke, just do it out back. There's a smoking area.
Wow, this
Yeah.
is taking a turn.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly.
What's a Wednesday night look like for you guys?
It's
Because
like
it's
a
Wednesday
style,
night.
you know?
You
For
definitely,
style, you
she
need to
definitely gets
be-
wild because I don't know what the hell she's been talking about. But what about you?
This is like pretty standard for a Wednesday night.
You guys go out after this?
know.
Like, do you guys go out all night or? No.
No. Well, I thought we were going out. This is what I'm saying.
What
like-
does fucking Max tell you to
He's
get you
so-
guys here?
Yeah, what was the hook? How did he get you guys to come?
I don't know. He just said, Vanessa, do you want to go out? I was like, yeah, all right, sweet.
Oh, so he thought y'all were. That's why she's
Like,
dressed
he-
like this.
I don't know why.
Yeah, okay.
No, he told me I need to wear something like that. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
What?
He said, "Wear
Why
something
is there
shiny."
girls there?
How are you?
You know what I've been wondering? Whatever happened to global warming? Like, no one talks about that.
Honestly, that's what I'm thinking.
You know when everyone used to talk about like the atmosphere and like don't do aerosol cans, like let's worry about the ozone layer, like whatever happened to that?
Yeah,
No one talks about it anymore.
it's fucked up.
How do you feel about that though? It's something we're all a part of. I just want to know how you feel about that.
Like
Or-
Al Gore's been fucking quiet.
He is
He's doing a
so
lot of like
funny,
creepy
man.
stuff.
He is
Right
like the
now.
best at the trolling.
we
Like if you
like,
watch
drive
the Nelt
electric cars and
videos,
shit. I don't know
like
what you guys are about.
bro, when they go onto the
Okay.
golf course and that, he keeps a
okay.
Do you watch your
straight
carbon
face,
footprint or
like
no?
it's.
Not at all.
Oh,
Do you
that's
watch
not-
your
that's
carbon
kind of
footprint?
environmentally irresponsible?
It's definitely irresponsible. What? It's just like not caring about, your footprint is kind of just like for all of us. Everyone else
I
is a problem.
know. If I go out with my time, I know it happens. Nothing, it's something like chill. But
No,
Oh
no,
my
I'm just saying
God.
like if you're not worried about your carbon footprint, then like the world, it's like we all kind of
about the world.
the world, yeah.
Oh.
Everyone else.
I don't think she knows what you're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Oh, she is British. That's why she looks British.
I love it.
Dude, this is
Are we still in the ozone? I'm lost right now.
I honestly, this is fucking this
Sorry.
whole pod has been jokes.
I was trying to take it deep like Brad, you know?
Yeah.
What would Steiny have to do to like take you guys on a date? What would this guy have to do?
Assuming you don't already want to go.
Well, she said that you got to be taller already.
Well, she's tall, but yeah.
What'd you say?
So I lose her, but we could maybe do something. Like, what would I have to do to take you out?
I don't think so. I go out.
Wait, what'd she say?
She said, I don't think so. I go out.
Yeah.
No.
No, we understand.
What about him?
Also, it's not.
No. Yes. She said no to you. Fuck you.
fair,
What about
dude.
him?
Maybe.
What the fuck? That's
Yeah.
my shirt. That's my shirt.
Well, no,
That's
Not
my
about
shirt.
the shirt, bro.
it's because we both like paintballing and shit. Like we connected
Yeah, they
instantly.
connected on the paintball thing, dude.
All he was doing was trolling her. See what I mean?
Well, that's my tea, but go ahead.
I don't think it has to do with the team.
It's not the tea, bro.
Oh shit! I
But
think
maybe-
Tate's strolling in right now.
Finally.
It was lovely having you both on, and I hope you guys come out with us tonight.
Let's
but
get fucked up and talk about the ozone layer.
Could you,
and
yeah,
shit,
could you
maybe.
also just be more careful and like care more about the world because it means a lot to us.
Yeah, we care about the world.
Unless there's just more chicks, we should just rotate in the females. Yo, you guys were great. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Bro, can I have a iced coffee? Actually, no, a hot coffee. Give me a black coffee and a sparkling water. Nice to meet you. Andrew, famous misogynist.
How you doing, bro? Good to see you. You again? I like it. Clear now.
You again? Little fucker. Little fucker. Dude, we got cigars.
Yeah, I got him.
Oh, thank you very much. Is it poison or something weird?
No, I just like to like when people enter me like or have me come into their homes, I like to give them a gift.
All right, I appreciate
This
it
is
very
like the
much.
nicest one you could get too.
I just want you to know I'm not one of them Americans who think the whole like prank culture shit is funny. Like if there's any kind of pranks involved around, you know, you Americans because you're classless. You know when they go up to people and like slap each other in the face and go ha ha ha. If anyone touches me on that level, I'm gonna fucking murder.
I like the deep talk.
Cool. So there's a joke involved in this. It's not gonna be funny for very long. Do you understand?
I'm a little disgusted that you think so low of
No,
me.
no,
Something
it's
like
not
that
your
to you.
fault. You were raised in the.
I kind of want to take that back actually. You know what? I'm gonna take that.
It's clean.
Yeah.
Promise.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm convinced now you're a fucking comedian.
By the way, I'm gonna call you out right now, Mr. Tardiness.
Yo, that's what I'm. No, I was gonna wait for him to grab the mic.
Call me out.
Well, Steiny was convinced that you
Yo,
were.
shut the fuck up, bro. We got this recorded.
Yeah, it was recorded. You said he was in the kitchen.
Tate, Steiny was saying that you were purposely just.
Yeah.
Where's Georgiana? I need a lighter. Sorry, what? What am I doing wrong?
Steiny
Bro,
was
it's-
was convinced that you were
Yes.
just waiting in the kitchen and loafing just to make a statement, like to try to be
coming
like,
in late like a G.
yes,
Yeah, exactly.
Am I wrong?
I didn't need to. I came in from the desert in my swim shorts.
Same thing. Yeah.
I was in the desert.
Hey, how have you been since we last saw you?
I've been good.
This is hilarious.
Well, bro,
already.
last time we saw you,
And you
what
took
was it,
my
a few
fucking
months
girl,
ago?
by the way.
Don't remember. What was her name? She meant everything to
Don't
you, bro.
remember.
She meant everything to
Don't
you.
remember. She didn't mean
Don't mean
shit.
shit to
Bro.
me, G.
Don't remember. Didn't mean anything.
One man's
Honestly, I
trash.
gave you that, so I could
treasure. He's still crying and shit. I'm like, bitch, like, who? I don't fucking know.
He is
Oh
too
my god, this
funny,
is
man.
hilarious to me. Holy shit.
Yo, the shisha would be a vibe.
On the pod?
Shisha.
Yeah, fuck it. Dude, this is so funny.
When did we link last? How many months ago was that?
I think that was 2 months ago in Croatia. Well, it was Yacht Week. I think August.
Like Bradley's
so maybe 2
intimidated
months
now.
ago.
No,
He's some specimen of a man, like.
I did a different boat in August.
I see the lighter. Do you mind?
You can tell a lot in the
What
eyes
is,
as well.
What's changed since then? When we saw you
Keeping
last, this was
motherfucking
your. I
cancelled.
think we got you. I think it's the most.
But he's still
viewed
famous
Tate
as fuck.
podcast on YouTube is ours.
Is it? How many?
Full Send
How
Pod-
many is it?
It's like almost 10 mil
It's more
I've,
than
I've done more than that, bro.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which one?
My grilling's 11 point something.
Grilling?
with that chick, me and that girl.
Oh, that
Because they
chick,
like
the
to see
English
you
one?
argue with someone.
Okay, that one's funny.
They want to see you
Well, ours is up
fucking.
there, but it's crazy, bro. We did fucking Elon Musk the next week, and I think your episode has like more engagement,
Well, I love
more
Elon.
likes, more comments.
I love Elon.
Yeah, he's
You know,
dope.
What do you love about
He's top E, but I'm top G, so is what it is. But he's saving the world. He's doing his thing. I'm a fan of Elon. He's buying Twitter. I think they're forcing him to now, but that's a good thing. Imagine me back on Twitter, bro. If I gotta tear him up, they ain't ready for me. They ain't ready for me. You use with your thumb.
I showed you this last
Nice.
time, you
Roll it from
stupid
the side.
fuck.
Roll the side of it. The side of the actual lighter. Roll it. There you go.
There you go.
But back then, you were like, I feel like we got you at your fucking highest point, and then
Yeah.
shortly after, all the cancellation shit happened.
He's not gonna like the
now
highest
it's
point
like
thing. I'm already
is
knowing
now
that.
it's like
This
your
is-
top
I
fucking
knew it.
villain.
This is my highest point.
Yeah.
Every single day has been growth. Nothing's changed. They banned me and I moved to Rumble, and now I'm massive. I'm absolutely huge on Rumble. I'm doing
You're not
larger
as
numbers
big.
on every single live stream on Rumble.
Yeah, on his
But
YouTube
overall searches
platforms,
on
but
Google is-
yeah,
they
sure,
say it's way
yeah.
down.
Well, the
Is that a
searches-
fact?
No, the search with Rumble, absolutely. So if I did a live stream on YouTube, I'd average, I don't know, 12,000, 13,000 live. When I first moved to Rumble, my first live was 127,000.
What?
And now I get like 40 to 50,000 live every single show on Rumble.
Whoa.
So that's that. The Google searches are down because when the mass media machine attacked me and canceled me and started lying about me, obviously there's a spike for all the people going, "Who's Andrew Tate?" So there's that spike. But overall, it's a trend. I'm around the same place as I was when I interviewed with you. I haven't seen any tangible.
I don't know if
difference.
you know this, but do you know how many people have joined Rumble since you've been on the platform?
Well, I don't want to.
That'd be interesting to know. That would, because I did.
Even though I don't want to, because sometimes as a man you have to do stuff you don't want to do, right? But I did know that's just part of being a man. You just got to get up and take all the credit.
I'm so happy to have Tate Part 2 on the
Look,
pod.
see,
Let's go, baby.
I feel like Bradley's trying to say like, oh, he's hilarious now and that. Like before, he was like, oh, fucking call him in and all that shit. Like he has got different energy now. Like two fucking like rams hitting against each other, like two alpha male. You know when you see you're walking down the street and you see like another guy that looks like fucking, you're like, who the fuck? Puff your shoulders up a bit.
But, before I got banned, I never heard the concept or the idea or the conceptualization of someone saying, if I get banned, I'll just move to Rumble. I never heard anyone say that. And then after my ban, I've heard it about 50 times.
True.
Everyone's saying, oh, well, Tate, they banned Tate and he's bigger than ever. So no one's afraid of being canceled anymore. Part of that is absolutely massive credit to Rumble and the platform and the CEO because they're visionaries. But also it's me showing the world that even if they come at you with the hardest cancellation method, they came at me like they came at Trump. They came at with everything.
But I think with yours, and in my opinion too, because I'm watching everything. When I mean, there's always been problems and an issue with free speech on social media, but I think your situation to me that was the game changer for me. That was like after that I was like, all right, they made a statement like now it's different. Anyone can be deleted. Like we don't have free speech.
Yeah.
So I think what happened to Tate was that was the shift.
Yeah. I gotta ask.
I'm gonna keep doing it on here, but if I'm gonna say what the fuck I want, I mean, if they ban me, they ban me. I'm not gonna try and get banned, but I mean, I'm gonna speak what I think. You know what I mean? What I want to speak about.
Because you didn't
and
actually
then I just go to Rumble if not.
Like, on TikTok,
just make sure you save all your videos to your computer.
Really on the gram, like his content was like crazy explosive on TikTok.
The IG was just to probably get DMs from girls.
But were you like aware that TikTok was going to be that thing that was going to explode you to that level? Because we just talked about now you're off of it, and that's what I'm saying. Your case is unique because you are a person that like even prior to like your popularity on Instagram or those other platforms, you had popularity amassed from your audience that was like sharing your content. So that's unique. It's not like a regular person who got canceled and they're like, well, now I'm gonna go to Rumble. You already had visibility because I see you every time I open up TikTok just because people are using your content. So was that a part of your plan?
Yeah, I'm a decentralized brand, right? So even thanks.
That's a good way to put it.
Tell the Shisha guy to bring it.
The Sheesh would be clutch.
The Sheesh man. Is that his only role?
Shisha man. Yeah, he comes here every night and he makes shisha.
Girl, that'd be literally.
It's funny as fuck.
That's dope.
So I'm kind of decentralized now. You can't ban the idea, right? Yeah. And they've made a martyr of me. We attacked absolutely every platform. When we put together our plan, it wasn't just a matter of attacking TikTok, although it's been
so it was a plan.
We attacked every single platform. We did it professionally. We did it completely and utterly and compendiously, and we did very, very well. But they tried to ban me or my accounts, but it made absolutely zero difference.
Yeah, I noticed that.
You're right. Most people are not in that scenario. There's been a lot of marketing studies and a lot of people who have done podcasts.
Because they are still going to like, they will still like see all his videos and then type in who is Andrew Tate and then Hustlers University comes up. So I hope someone asks him how much, because he had at one point when he was on Aiden Ross's lives and doing like numbers, he had like over 100,000 like monthly monthly subscribers to Hustlers University. What I think at the time was £50. Like, do the fucking math. Like, it's a lot of money. Shit. Bro, the fuck?
How I did it and saying that they're going to replicate it, etc. But no one can truly, I don't think, replicate what we did because one, they don't understand the secrets of it, and two, even the surface level things, which I'm open to talk about. I can produce a lot of content, and I can do it by being an interesting person who just talks, and that makes me in a unique position in social media, right? So, like, if you look at, because Mr. Beast
just said that.
Mr. Beast did a part on me, and he said, "Yeah, you can do a podcast, chop it up." Then he's all right. It's cool. The reason in my business philosophy and my life philosophy is that efficiency wins, right? If I had to get in a fight in a boxing match, and I had to box someone, I had to be as efficient as possible.
Yeah.
In the kung fu movies, when you see a guy doing a backflip to dodge a punch, the reason you don't do that is because it takes more energy to do a backflip than does throw a punch. You're going to lose in the long run, right? You have to be as efficient as possible. For me to get 10 million views,
he's a competent guy, like very competent. One of the most competent people I've ever seen public.
But money and
like I literally think he's like them guys. Like I think I'm like street wise, but like drop me in the middle anywhere, I'd find a way out. But if I wanted someone, I'd like to hate Andrew Tate by my fucking side, like 100%.
So in the long run, this is why it's hard for people to do what I did, because to produce.
It's no wonder why a lot of people look up to him. Like
spend serious money and time, and
yeah,
it just doesn't work.
Well, wait, hold on. I think going off that, he also said that you started this method where you went on every single podcast.
Especially, like, see, I said in the previous podcast, previous fucking stream about like a lot of boys not having dads in that. So you picture like me, I grew up without a dad. So when I started hearing this guy like saying, look, you've got to get to work, do that. It's like stuff we needed to hear as kids. Do you know what I mean? Like these young boys, they need a person like this in their life. And if they don't have a dad, someone like this will make them into a strong fucking man. And that's what we need, strong men. Strong men bring good times. Good times bring weak men, and weak men bring hard times. It's as simple as that. We need hard men.
Beginning.
No, absolutely not.
You would go on a podcast for 2 hours, but you would say so much shit that you could clip up that he thinks he's like, I got to go on every single podcast in the world to accomplish what you did.
He didn't relate it like that directly.
No.
He just said that.
He said that on the last one.
No, he didn't. He said it's for growth.
He's shitting on Mr. Beast because he got rinsed in poker.
No, it's just about the fact that the clips
You play cards?
used.
I do play cards.
Yeah, he beat me for 100K.
Of course I did.
What do you mean? Of course I did. Why do you say that,
bro? That's life. And I'm not insulting Mr. Beast in any way. I'm just saying that he was wrong about a few things. Firstly, I'm certainly not a podcast whore in any regard. In fact,
that's what I'm saying.
I turned down 95%. You don't.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And I want to state all this, and I'm not being arrogant. The easiest way you can guarantee a big viewing channel on your YouTube right now is to get me on it. Number one guarantee. Do you think every single YouTuber on the planet hasn't tried to get me on the
Who have you turned down?
All of that. Name. I don't even know who these people are.
Who's big people you've turned down?
There's people. The big people who I've said no to primarily is probably because of location. I want to do them in person. I don't want to do it over Zoom, etc. Yeah. But I get maybe 50 podcast requests a day from fuck knows who. So I'm not Mr. Podcast.
Have you ever charged?
You are on a podcast every day.
I allow you all to enjoy the monetization of the millions of people I'll bring you for free, because I'm a charitable man. I'm very generous. House is big enough.
Yeah,
but yeah, so that's the first thing I was wrong about. And secondly, yeah, you have to sit there in that podcast and you have to give 2 hours of fire. You have to give genuine value, and that means you have to live a life worth living, and you have to have interesting stories and struggle and blah blah. And that's the hard part, right? That's the real part behind it.
Let's talk about value then. Why do you think? Because you're also at the perfect time, perfect like place and everything too, as far as like this kind of content being sought after, like. Clips and like content, long format content, speaking content hasn't always been the popular content on the internet. Like it went through phases of like, pranks, and it's kind of like family channel stuff. I talk about YouTube specifically, but now it's come to a place where this is like the most almost not important. I mean, I think it's the most important content, but it's also becoming the most popular content.
Podcasts are getting clipped everywhere.
It's insane. So you hit right timing as well.
Correct. Yeah, and everyone has ADHD now. I think the world genuinely. I think everybody suffers with their attention.
People can't sit through a video.
From me, from a personal level, have you ever needed to know how to do something and you try to look up the tutorial on YouTube? Like
even people watching this, I bet they're doing something else or something. I'm listening to it.
Hey, my name's Mike, and I'm going to explain to you. You're like, fuck off.
Yeah,
click next, and you end up spending more time trying to find it than just watching it, because you can't listen to some idiot. Like, I don't want you to introduce yourself. I don't give a fuck where you live. I don't care if you're married. I don't care how unhappy you are. Tell me what I need to know now.
Yeah.
So like this is life, right? So we all have massive ADHD to a degree. None of us have any kind of degree of attention span. TikTok, I think, as a social media, the algorithm is exceptionally smart. Like I said, if I were to tell the secrets of how I've done what I've done, me and my team inside the war room, it's worth billions of dollars. So I'm not going to. But in terms of the way that all the algorithms work, TikTok's algorithm is certainly the most intelligent. It's the most intelligent, but it prioritizes and it incentivizes people to just have very low attention spans. And I think as that continues, nobody's going to sit and watch long format content. Yeah. It's just the way social media is changing. The world's getting faster and faster, and everything has to happen quick. That's all we care about. And even me, man, people say, do you read books? I say, I can't. They're like, why? It's too slow.
Audio books.
I'll try.
Well, I'm doing something else or something.
No, fuck, this takes
she's here, baby.
Do you think the clip content is also part of the reason why, like,
and make us one more, please, bro? What flavor is this? Okay, that's fine. But my friends need one. They're all the way from America. You gotta give them something special, bro.
The sheesh man.
Hook them up.
Do you have anything mint? Anything mint? Like a hybrid? Like
Two more. One for the big guy because he gets mad. He gets really mad. He's huge.
Yes.
Don't piss him off. Yeah. And then the little guy, he doesn't matter. But
yes, already. Yo. Jesus, okay, it's all good. You're good. You're good.
Yo, Steiny can't win, bro.
Yeah.
It's okay, man.
I'm joking.
Man.
You're my favorite.
We're boys,
You're
bro.
my favorite.
Say that again. Say that again, please.
We heard it, dude.
I said it.
No, say it again, please.
It's already gonna be clipped up. That's enough.
Okay, so as far
that better fucking get clipped up
go,
everywhere. Our editing team.
Do you think that clips at the same time helped you a ton, or also the things that got people attacking you?
Well, yeah, because people are trying to get views, right? And you get views with sensationalism. So of course, people
See, at least he understands, like,
one of the most controversial things I've ever said.
Fucking intelligent
and
as
weaponizing
fuck,
them to
like.
get as many views as possible. So of course, that was definitely part of that, me being labeled a misogynist, etc., etc. But
and that is the difference.
I'm not.
He believes everything that he says, except from if it's a joke or something. He's a man of substance, like he says. He's competent. He's all these things that you can look at and be like. And everybody says he like meticulously like picks the right word. Do you know what I mean? Whereas then you've got someone like Sneeko, who's just a fucking nutcase version of like Andrew Tate. He just spews all the fucking hatred in the thingy. He's really not trying to spread hatred. If you fucking I'm looking that way. I'm used to my camera being over here a bit. If you've watched his long-form content, you'd understand that he's just trying to help men. He's got nothing against women, but he's just telling men what they need to know to get what they want, and telling them how a lot of women are, especially the most beautiful women. Like, do you know what I mean? He's really not spewing hatred in that. But then Sneeko, you've got him who's just taking some of Tate's ideas, the most outrageous ones, and then just running with them and trying. There's a total difference.
In fact, getting banned or canceled was absolutely the best thing that's ever happened.
You don't regret anything.
Zero.
Because you said last time you had a 3-step plan. Was
Correct.
this part of the plan, or was this a little fucking straight right?
No. It was part of the plan.
Curious about that.
I was part of the plan, and I
thought you were going to get canceled.
I knew I was going to get canceled. I said it every podcast. I knew it was going to get canceled. I didn't expect to get canceled as hard as I was canceled. They came at me harder than I expected. I thought they'll just be like
one platform.
Delete, or not even that, or just delete my social medias. But they didn't just delete my social medias. They came from me everywhere.
Can you walk us through like how did you find out about it first? Like what was the first thing that happened? Facebook or Instagram?
Did you know it was
YouTube strike.
So here's how cancellation works. Man,
someone on Instagram made that.
Wait,
fucking
were you
post,
bummed
right?
at all when you hear this, or you're just like, fuck it, today's the day?
Bro, if I'm from the streets, I don't give a fuck about an Instagram page. Think I can go pussy?
But I mean, business-wise and like that.
Business, bro.
Rumble came in with a bag or what?
I already had a bag. I had a very big bag before all that. No, the truth is this. So I knew it was coming.
Hustled University makes him like fucking 55 mil a fucking month.
The only reason I'm upset by being canceled is because I've expired one of my lives. Because first you get canceled, then they make up a reason to put you in jail, and if that fails, they kill you. So now I'm down to my last 2 lives, which is also why while I'm answering this question, I'm still being careful how I'm answering it. I'm not telling you
scary
everything.
shit.
It's scary because they've given me the warning, and I'm still running my mouth.
Yeah.
So that's scary. But here's how cancellation works. So I knew it was going to happen because there's very, very orchestrated attacks. So NGOs and charities and all these other non-profit organizations, which of course are profited by the government for whatever reason, you can go down the conspiracy theory hole, or it's not a conspiracy theory. You can go down and talk about how foreign policy works, how we install a charity in a foreign country, and that charity supports a particular political opponent, and that's how we control all the world, right? So all these NGOs, which are non-government organizations, are controlled by the government. NGOs and charities start hitting me in sync. So I went to bed one night. Every single night before I go to bed, I get a report on all my media and everything. That I went to bed one night, I was not in any news articles. I went to sleep at maybe midnight Bucharest time. I woke up at 10 a.m. and I was in about 150 news publications saying I'm a misogynist with basically the same
it went hard,
rewritten, the same words, slightly different order, slightly different picture, the same day. Bang, misogynist.
Yeah, exactly. It was planned to
Norway,
fuck.
to America, to England, everywhere. Same day. Then they hit me with the LGBTQ thing. At like 25 or 30 of the largest LGBTQ.
What was that? What was that for?
Saying I'm dangerous to women and I'm dangerous and I'm intolerant in general, so I must be intolerant of them, even though I never said anything homophobic on a podcast.
Well, you said you wouldn't give CPR to a male.
I would never give CPR to my friend that's gay. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a fucking joke. So
well, that's a thing.
So that's what I mean. Was a lot of the shit you said just a joke?
No, but you can.
Because that's how I took it.
Anyone who can't tell when I'm genuinely making a joke, really is going to sit there and believe that.
Yeah, exactly.
Let my friend die. Well, then they're just a low IQ.
Have you said that before? That some of the shit you said was kind of trolling?
I don't have to. Like we're all sitting here laughing.
Well, I mean, I feel like I know when you're trolling.
Yeah.
But we're also in the game.
And I think it's, I guess, yeah.
One thing.
But so hold on, I gotta address this real quick.
Hold on, I got something.
No,
hold on, bro. I got something.
Damn.
Did you ever did you ever at one point underestimate how powerful your influence was?
Okay.
Where you're like Jesus, because there was a point where
how could you not?
Me and my friends used to be like, yo, you can fucking have multiple girls, and you might not have said that directly, but you had that kind of effect.
That's his fucking question.
That's a good question, no?
It is a good question, but
why are you overcoming me?
Because I'm just saying the reason why I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here. Why people they're the same thing they're talking about with the influence, right? We know it's a joke, but the people that they're saying who don't know it is a joke, and why they're trying to protect them are the younger kids who can't decipher.
Correct. And I'm a professional, and as a professional, I accept the reality of scenarios. I don't get emotional about them, even if they happen to me. So
the parents should watch what their kids are watching.
Yes, there is some valid argument for the cancellation, and I'll accept it. It's none of the reasons they've told me I was canceled, but the reason I don't think those valid arguments, the reason I don't respect those valid arguments is because of how orchestrated it was when they actually attacked me. If they were to sit there and say, Andrew is a person who's lived a very unique life, and he's had a very difficult experience, and he understands the nuances of certain situations, and perhaps young male impressionable minds don't completely understand the delicacies of what he's saying, and it's going to teach young men to be less empathetic and perhaps adopt attitudes which are not inclusive. That I'd get that and say, you know what? Yes, I'll have to sit here. I can't sit here and lie and say that a 14-year-old won't misunderstand my content.
Sure.
My rebuttal is that a 14-year-old will misunderstand anybody's content. That's a larger argument about the internet as a whole.
And where's the parents?
90% of what he's going to digest is probably
I don't think that's
that's not my fault.
Listen,
right? So that's
like I said, I went on Amigo, right? And then sometimes, not every now and then, like I thought fucking but you see kids on there, right? And then you'll see like a fucking weird guy. Sometimes you even see cunts with their, like, you know what I mean? It's fucking weird. And people are just letting their kids go on that and see that shit, like, or porn. Do you think kids ain't going on fucking porn when how readily accessible it is? Like, what the fuck? But no, the porn companies are fine, they can stay. Kids can go and watch that, but no, listen to fucking Andrew Tate. What the fuck? Censorship's mad. They just push what they fucking make money off it.
Doesn't apply. If you're gonna apply that
the big companies.
But the other thing is, they didn't do that.
The big companies, right? Like, literally, it's them. You know what I mean? The massive companies, the banks, the fucking social reserve, like all these places, even the governments, all them stuff, like, they're going to make the rules, right? And they want to be able to make all the money. So when YouTube make this site, that was fine. But now there's fucking millionaires from YouTube, just about to be billionaires, I'd say, because KSI and Logan Paul, I think, are going to get out at least a billion out of Prime, right? Mr. Beast is going to be a billionaire. So there's now billionaires being made off this platform that have got an audience they can control, that the government have nothing to do with, or the banks, or the social reserve, or any of these places have no control over. They're their own little entities. Do you think people want that? Even Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg admitted that on the Joe Rogan show that when the Hunter Biden thing was happening, the Hunter Biden laptop and that CIA or FBI, whoever it was, probably CIA, came to Facebook and said, look, you have to stop this. And they would have done that at all the platforms. You have to censor this from going out because this can affect the election. When really it was true. So it was information we needed to hear. So that should show you what censorship's about and how much they're trying to control this narrative.
First, they came at me with the misogyny thing, and then, like I said, 35 LGBTQ whatever influencers or whoever with 5 or 6 million Instagram followers all did a post on the same day, same wording, same time, bam.
Shit.
So there's someone above these people saying, we have to paint a picture that he's so evil they accept the cancellation. That's what they do. They have to paint you as evil, then they cancel you, and then they continue the evil painting once you don't have a voice. And the idea is that everyone believes you're evil and you're dead and you're gone. That's what they're trying to do. But the orchestrated, the way it happened, like all the media at once, all the LGBTQ at once, then all the teachers' unions piped in. Teacher union in Norway, teachers' union in Sweden, teachers' union in Australia, teachers' union in America. All these teachers' unions saying that our boys don't
on the news, the teacher,
the boys are asking the teacher what color their Bugatti is. And then it's Andrew Tate's fault. So then all the teachers' unions in sync, same day, bang. And I was sitting saying to my team, look,
this is all the same day or different days?
Yeah. So no, yeah. They first it was some misogyny stuff, and then they hit me with the LGBT stuff.
Day by day.
Day by day, some new orchestrated angle. And it was very orchestrated. So I said to my team, cancellation next. We're about to get canceled. And it took about 2 weeks later, they eventually deleted me.
That's what I'm trying to get at, though. Why do you think you became so powerful, though? In terms of like this, what really got you to that?
Well, I can tell you why they're scared of me, which kind of answers the question.
Is it because you were willing to say what people were thinking, but they didn't want to say, or?
Yeah, well, I'm not magical, right? I didn't put a spell on the world. I've been saying things that people have to a degree semi-agreed with or been thinking for a very long time and couldn't say. And I came along and said, water is wet. I'm the most famous man on the planet. By saying things that a lot of men go, yeah. I'm not saying everybody agrees with everything I say, of course.
But I've seen someone saying, like Andrew Tate, just like every Greek dad. But he's like a lot of dads, like the dads up in Scotland. Like they would say this shit, like that's just fucking what it is. Like a lot of people know what he's saying is true. But like we were talking before about the race stuff and stuff like that, it's stuff that people don't like to hear because some people, when you're saying something, there's always going to be someone who gets upset. What happened to Andrew Tate? He grew so big that there was such a percentage of people that were upset then that it made it seem mad. But it's like, you literally have to just walk a thin line these days, and if you don't, then it's fucking game over for you. I hate when this happens.
Then I wouldn't have got anywhere, right?
Right.
So that's part of it. The reason I think they saw me as such a threat is because of the influence I had over the number one demographic they want to keep control over.
Yeah,
which is
young men.
Males to young males. That's the number one most scary demographic for a government.
Facts.
Sure.
Because they're the people who cause revolutions. They're the people who are going to go out and die for the army or be the backbone of your slave force. So when you have a whole bunch of young males who sit there and go, we don't want to listen to the government anymore, Tate said they're all full of shit, then they're going to sit there and go, well, this guy has to go. He's not good for society as a whole. It's the young men they're afraid of.
Yeah.
Because they're the rebellious ones.
I want to hear how it like.
He's so fucking clever, man. It's unreal.
What was the first thing that got deleted?
I'd
love to sit down and talk to him. I've got so many questions that people have not asked him.
Attacks. I only found out I was deleted from Facebook and Instagram from the media. So
I think I've watched I was going to say all his content, but I've watched anything from like his Tate speech to Tate Confidential to all his podcasts. I followed him over to Rumble.
And then I start getting sent articles. Meta bans Andrew Tate. So they did a press release to the media and told them that I'm.
Does it bother you that no one comes to your aid? Or were you expecting anybody to be like, have your back?
People did.
Well, that's a different
Joe
question.
Rogan did.
Actually, the banning taught me a bunch about who's actually true to themselves and who's true about free speech and who's a clout chasing piece of shit.
Did anybody stand out and come to your aid or like be like?
I was surprised by people on both sides. Like I had people whose names I won't say who called me on the day and was like, "This is some bullshit, Tate. This is garbage." Patrick Bet David was a G, solid. He goes, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm in Spain. I'm working." He said, "I'm there tomorrow." Boom. Like he was a G. Like we had a whole bunch of people like that, and then also you had the cucks and the cowards.
Yeah.
Like Logan and his boyfriend who were cool with me until I got canceled, and then instantly because they're afraid of being canceled.
When
completely
you say,
did a 180.
Yeah, how were they cool with you? When you say they're cool with you, what?
We were going back and forth. We had a little bit going back and forth. We followed each other on Instagram. I promised to buy Logan a Bugatti on my show. He was saying
we got out of that.
Yeah, we got out of that. Yeah, we were going back and forth, and it was all kind of cool. There was no animosity between us. But the second
were they inviting you places? Like, what was the deal?
Yeah,
that's how you know that they were cool with you because they're telling you what?
Because they were doing episodes on me. What's their thing where they talk about the internet? They have a show where they talk about the internet. No, there's another one like a vlog one.
The Night Shift?
I don't know. They had some show. I don't watch these things, right? I just get sent them. So they were talking about us, and it was in a semi-positive way, and we were replying. We were going back and forth. So I knew there was no animosity. There was no insults. It was pretty cool back and forth. But the second I got canceled, they came out. He's dangerous. His rhetoric is dangerous, and just completely cucked out.
Rhetoric, that's not it.
And I know, and the reason I think that is
rhetoric. Is that a word?
As an intelligent individual, as a professional, when I sit there and understand that,
I was doing that. And the reason I say that is because in the last stream I couldn't say that word. It's ready. Fuck knows. Maybe
what they're also going to do is sit there and go, okay, who does Andrew speak to? Who's his audience? 16 to 25-year-old males. Who's our talking point to that audience? Logan Paul. He's in our pocket. He's an agent of the Matrix. So
I don't think you have the same audience as Logan Paul.
Wait.
No,
but they think that. They think that. My audience is different, but they'll sit there and go, we have to make.
I think you've got the same audience as Now Boys.
Who do the young men listen to? Logan Paul. So make Logan Paul say bad shit.
Brad, we said that.
Yeah, but
we said that we thought that Logan like had to do that.
Of course he did. Hold on, but you think someone actually told Logan, "Hey,
fuck yes,
this is what you need to do."
Fuck yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
Straightforward.
I don't think it was YouTube. I think it could have been his management.
His manager, YouTube, fucking who knows who.
Honestly, maybe manager himself. Maybe he's like, yo, I endorsed Tate. I gotta backtrack.
Do you take that shit personal, or you're just like?
I don't take it personally because I don't know the guy personally. I don't take it personally, but I do have a dislike, just as on a personal level in general, for cowardice, hypocrisy, switching up on people. That's just not how I roll with my team. If I was cool with you guys and you all got canceled, there wouldn't be a fucking split second where I'd go, well, you know, they've just been canceled and I might get canceled. Just, you're a bitch. Just who cares? You're my boy. Like, and even if you're not my boys, if I like somebody, I like somebody. If I don't, I don't. The way he 180'd, and it was a true 180, because you don't go from semi-cool with someone to sitting there saying his rhetoric is hateful.
To be fair,
like sitting there
right?
like, bro,
Logan was never like that. It was Mike that was saying like, oh, about this, and Logan was just like, you're copying him, like that's all he was saying. Like, I don't think Logan ever spoke nice about him, but I do think that Logan just did get told by his manager too. Because look, Jakes came out and said, no, I don't think there's nothing wrong with like thingy. I don't think he should have been cancelled. Logan would think the same, but he's just more scared of being cancelled because he's been cancelled before. Jake's a boxer. It's hard to cancel a fucking boxer. He's not a YouTuber anymore.
Directive. And
why did they even have to say anything? That's what me and Brad are saying. Is why didn't they just
stay affiliated, right?
Why didn't they just stay quiet?
Because
but I think
the Matrix, guys, I'm telling you why. Let's all be professionals here. Let's be smart. The Matrix has decided to character assassinate me. They have gotten all of their media establishments, all of their bullets. They fired every fucking bullet at me. Do you think they're not going to sit there and go, what other bullets do we have in the chamber? Who's his primary audience? These guys. Which cuck do we have who obeys every word we say, who also is somehow listened to by some of his guys? Logan. Go to a podcast, Andrew's back. Whether it was YouTube, whether it was his manager, whether it was his boyfriend, fuck knows who. Someone sat there and said, do this. And they sat there for 2 hours saying, Andrew's so evil. You like a bunch of pussies because they were told to.
Yeah. We talked about it on our shit. I was very surprised.
You don't think he just wanted to just do it for fucking views?
Nah. No, definitely not for views.
No way.
There's not for views.
No.
He didn't want to mention my name at all. He doesn't like saying my name because everyone just writes underneath the PUBG, you're a bitch.
To be fair, the worst part was just the fact that he had his own thing that he went through and then say like this person doesn't deserve a second chance. That's the worst part.
Yeah, but so he did it, and there's also a massive fear of him being canceled. Also, like he got canceled and cried his eyes out on TV. To him, that was the most traumatic experience of his life. Yep. And when someone comes there and says Tate's just been canceled, they might cancel you. You better fucking do this, Mr. Logan. Sure. He sits there and sells a soul. And what's interesting is this.
PTSD?
Yeah, PTSD. I'm not expecting him to... I can't believe they canceled me. Like, that was a hard time for him. He ain't had a hard life like me.
Was fucked.
He ain't had a hard life like me. But the truth is this. I'm not expecting him to agree with everything I said. Jake said, look, I don't fuck with everything Tate says, but free speech is free speech.
Neither do I.
If you're a full-grown man and you don't advocate for free speech, there's something wrong with
Yes.
Because then you don't understand history very well. And you understand that the first step of tyranny is to shut up free speech. You have to get one side of the story only and destroy all opposing viewpoints.
And to think that history, to be that fucking ignorant, to think that history doesn't repeat itself is crazy.
For him to sit there and say, I think free speech is bad, just makes him look like a dumbass. Yeah. And if you look at the comments on his video, look at the comments on his video. He got everyone ripped him to pieces.
A lot of backlash.
Yeah, because everyone knows he's full of shit.
Yeah.
So
especially because of what he done and got cancelled.
It taught me a lot. It also, there's some other people, I won't say their names.
But you can't listen. The other thing as well is you can't blame, like, Logan should have just left it, right? Like, that's what you should really do. Like KSI want to understand in that as well, because he goes on Reddit, it gets brung up in front of him, so he'll comment on shit. Like, it's not like he goes his way searching for it. Like, do you know what I mean? And then also, like, with the KSI one, I genuinely thought that KSI, like, he's a busy man, so he's seen some of Tate's videos, thought it was funny and that, and then maybe learned a bit later that he didn't like him. But, like I say, is like people being scared to be cancelled. He's fine to sit there and say that he's worth hundreds of millions. But if all your income is coming from YouTube, then you would be scared to get fucking cancelled. Like I would be if that's where I was getting millions of fucking pounds from. Like what? This is doing my head in.
People I was talking to who were cool, super famous, and I was going to do their show, and they totally wanted me on the show, and then I got cancelled, and they instantly shit themselves. And that went both ways. Like I was speaking to Patrick.
How long ago was that?
No, I was speaking to Patrick Bet David in the up run to get canceled. Got canceled. He said, "Don't care. We're doing it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whoa, gangster." Other people were like, "Oh, you got canceled," and shit themselves and pussied out, which also shows me a lot. I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to call them out, but they know who they are, and I know who they are.
But what about Pierce Morgan you just did?
Pierce is.
And by the way, I just want to say real quick that I think it's bullshit, and I thought you did really well in there.
They just argue. They interrupt. Yeah.
I think the main thing with Logan too, that when he took it too far, was what he said is that if other creators collab with them and give Tate a platform, like that's not okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't give Tate a platform. Don't make the Tate brothers more
But
famous.
now you'll say that, and then KSI turned around and said, "Oh, I will give him a platform. I'll give him a platform and show that he's not the top G in boxing." And then Logan was like, "Yeah, actually, I would give him a platform and box him as well." Like.
Yes. But he definitely got told to do what he was done.
What do you think about, like, I think you started maybe a domino effect because we saw Kanye just bought a
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah, I did.
Parlor.
You think that's all a game where he acts out to kind of like
Is it, man?
Oh, you don't have to act out to move
Do you-
platform. I
yeah,
think
Dave, you want to put on a cup of tea, do you?
Damn. And this is another thing I want to make public. I want to make clear to the world. I don't have beef with the social media. I don't have beef with Susan and YouTube. I don't have beef with Meta and Zuck. I don't give a fuck, right? I don't have personal beef with these people, and I'm not even mad at them for banning me.
Sure.
Right? But I do think, and like I said, I talk about things from a non-emotional standpoint, from a professional standpoint. I do think they made a mistake. And I'm not saying that because it's me. I'm not saying that because I want to get back on. I'm saying that because when you do something like they've done, like the mass cancellation of me, it's very, very important that you do not come across as tyrannical. You have to be seen to be fair and non-biased. And everyone for a long time knew that wasn't the case. And banning me added more fuel to the fire, added more pressure to the dam. The water behind the dam is these people are not fair. They control all the information. They're not non-biased. They're actually extremely biased. They're tyrannical. And what happens is when you have a lot of pressure behind a dam, it takes a very small crack for the whole thing to explode. The crack that was missing is someone to be canceled and become more successful than they were pre-cancellation. As soon as that happens, nobody's afraid anymore because nobody wants to deal with their bullshit anyway.
So where do you think
that's where they made a mistake.
Where do you think this goes then?
Well, what do you think about Kanye? He acted out, now he just bought a platform.
Oh, yeah,
what do you think about what Kanye's doing in general?
The dude's a billionaire, right? So it's kind of like he's in a slightly different position than Joe Schmo.
But he's going on like the podcast tour right now, and he is saying some.
He's saying way crazier
I love
shit than you
Kanye
say.
too, and I think it's the same thing where like some of what he's saying, like I agree with, and then some shit's just wild. Well, what's your opinion on what he's saying?
I haven't watched all of what he said. I don't think he would have ever really truly been scared of being canceled anyway. So Kanye, although I know what you're saying, I don't think it's the best use case. I think it's the general YouTuber and Twitch streamer, normal guy saying, cancel me, I'll go to Rumble.
It's weird.
The guy with 40K subs is now saying, I'll go to Rumble, don't care. That's their problem, not Kanye. Their problem is all the low-level creators going, well, if you're going to start fucking my video over nothing, I'll just move. And then there's going to be a mass exodus. And then they're going to sit there and go, when did this all start? We banned Andrew Tate for no reason. We should have fucking kept him on the platform. I think they fucked up. And I really genuinely believe that. And what happens is, it's kind of like, if you're a tyrannical person, you have to sit and try very hard to not come across tyrannical. You know, like if you're a jealous guy, you have to try very hard to not look jealous. Like they haven't sat there and looked at the optics of it. And now you're sitting there and realizing.
All right. What'd you
I
say?
know they analyze data in real time at the point of cancellation. In fact, my team analyzed it.
You said that a minute ago.
So when I got canceled, I had the war room analyzing data in real time. So the height of the media storm. There's apps you can use to measure responses on comments, likes,
Right, still moving.
upvotes, downvotes, blah blah blah. At the height
I'm still
of the
moving,
media
Jesus.
storm, it was about 55% of comments on any post involving me was positive and 45% were negative. At the height of the lies, it's now 95% positive. So now that they've fired all their
You're
alerts,
losing a hell of a weight.
Do you think people switch up though?
They can't
sleeping
print
a lot
the
as well.
misogynist again. They can't print the same lie. They shot me with everybody. I'm still standing there alive.
Because you have lost
The
a ton of
zombie's
weight.
coming. You've emptied your clip. He's still here. And now
But you're
everyone
still
loves
getting all the
me.
tests and that
They
done.
fucked
Right?
up.
Where does this go though, as a whole? You know what I'm saying? Not just for you, but I mean as a whole. Like, is this going to create like overall just rebellion? Do you think? Like, 'cause where does this
hopefully we'll
end
get
up?
to the bottom
In
of it.
20 years from now, if more people are dipping and going to the platforms, new platforms.
It doesn't seem like it, but it's just the sleeping and the weight loss.
Life-wise, like where do you think this is going? Because everything shifts, right? So is this going to turn to a point where like, the right side, which is the side that's more like divided, is that going to be then in control and then attacking?
It is normally genetics anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Life is super cool and it goes in a pendulum, and I do think that there's now a change happening in society. I do think it's going to shift.
But won't it be just as bad if it gets to the other side and the other side is just doing the same?
I have worked
How do you
every
think we find a
appointment.
balance?
Well, I do want to know, but I just didn't want to know while I'm fucking live on the internet. You know what I mean?
I think humans society just
I agree.
You know what?
How
I'm
much
fucking
do
live.
you hate to see
All
you
right,
leave and now
Tony.
everybody loves you? Everybody
You're
wants
talking
you.
about fucking your
No,
shit,
but you
man.
said there's a bunch of negative comments and shit.
Yeah, but it's
now,
the thing is with the internet, it's a very
Yeah.
vocal minority.
It's true.
That's the truth with the internet. You sit there.
Negativity.
It's true. I'm talking about no censorship, and I'm trying to censor you.
No lies.
Bang
Like,
it
the
harder.
truth is, I've never had a negative interaction on the street ever. I've been approached by thousands of people. Like everyone loves me, right?
We're
It's
more
a very
similar than you think.
It's a very negative minority, and
It's a lot more than that in person.
yeah. But yeah, I think everyone's going to be moving to alternative platforms. Obviously, I'm on Rumble. They've been fantastic to me. I have nothing but good things to say about them.
But fuck content, the overall thing.
Overall, I think that social media is going to change to the point where I think the next big thing for a platform to do would be to
I think it's to be
allow
authentic.
the content
And
creator
just like
to own their subscribers. Imagine there was a Imagine there was a platform where you owned the subs. You had their emails, you owned the subs, and you could choose any platform you wanted. You could bring your subs with you.
Sounds like you have a plan.
How does the platform?
That's what
that,
That well, I'm just
Sounds like
saying,
you have a
if
plan.
a
You thought
platform
of it.
were to do that, where would you build your following? Would you
sure
build
there.
your build your following where you own the data? So what these large companies do is they want to control the data for as long as possible, and that's going to be disrupted.
But that's where they make the money, is it?
Your following and you own the data.
Well, and of the advertisement, but
you think I'm tyrannical? You can take
that's
the
kind of the
following
same
somewhere
thing. They
else.
use it
Then
to
they're
sell
gonna
the
conquer them.
advertisers. The
I think what's
fucking.
always got me going crazy is like this whole like all these platforms are money driven at the end of the day, and I don't think people really realize that the data that they're grabbing, like for example, the whole period of like when the world shifted to social media and mainstream media lost their power on television, they realized, oh shit, we need to own social media. We need to have our people here, because at the same time, like they were losing money from advertisers who were like, we're all going to social media now. We're not going to go pay the television because no one's watching anymore. How do we get people on our website or on our social media channels? And they did the same thing like that, like almost YouTubers have done for years, which is like create content that is like drama driven or negative driven to get people in. So do you think that will ever change though? Because it's always going to be content based and content driven.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's necessarily going to change, but I do think that people, as they wake up, are going to understand that having control of your data is more and more important.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether
That's a lot of fucking money for the company, the social media platform, to give up.
or
Like,
even credit card processing, right? Like you guys have a business and you're charging for credit cards. Whoever's doing the credit card processing for you, you need to be able to go to them and say, give me all those card details. I want to use someone else. Yeah. And if they say, no, we're going to keep them, then you're going to say, fuck you. Then I'm not going to, maybe it's too late now, but when I start my next business, I'm going to work with the people who allow me to have the credit card data from my customers in case I want to use somewhere else. We're going to start getting our data back, and that's going to take their power away, because anything that's free for us to use on the internet isn't free. We're giving them our data in payment.
I believe
we're paying for it with
Yeah,
data.
at what point though, you know what I'm wondering too, and I think what Rumble's doing is great. Obviously, Steve, our guy who got deleted as well for no reason, no strikes at all, just completely deleted. He's on Rumble, which is great, and he's up there. But at what point does the agenda start? Like on OnlyFans now, you can't post a swipe up link to OnlyFans. At what point does like Instagram start to Rumble and say like, yeah, you can't promote Rumble on Instagram? Or like, does the App Store? Like, I think the next step for them is like the App Store might be like,
Yeah, Matrix
I feel like,
attacks.
I don't know. I feel like they're just gonna keep taking it further and further.
Matrix attacks.
I mean, it's a decent on each show, but
I mean, obviously, I don't know, but of course, I think Matrix attacks are going to come
is Truth
and try.
Social on the App Store still?
I have no idea.
you could say a fucking egg roll.
I don't know.
I wish we had
Matrix
some
attacks are gonna
mayonnaise.
But I think when you have strong leadership and you have smart people and people who certainly anticipate
I might actually hate
and
tuna,
also when
actually.
you fight for good and you
I
try
don't
to
know
do
why
the right
you got
thing,
that
God
fucking
smiles
wrong.
upon you. And I don't believe that tyranny lasts long. Name a tyrannical government or a tyrannical situation in history that lasted forever. You can't name one.
The only reason, I think it could be nice is like maybe like with scrambled egg and that put through it, or like because it's smoked, is it? So it's really it's like the smoked salmon you get me that I tell you not to get me, like, and then you bought me smoked mackerel.
A version of the truth, or
fucking
two sides
insane.
of the story.
I think you might be
mass
like,
exodus, and they can't stop that.
Yeah, it's crazy too. 'Cause
Sorry,
I've always said
I got
that
the same
no matter what,
fucking-
you're not going anywhere.
same feeling.
And what you just did Sugar
Yeah,
Sean's
shit,
podcast,
yeah.
right? How many times have you seen
I
that?
was coming down for my
Just you walking in the fucking hotel with Sugar Sean, we see it 500 times. So like, what does that do when you're like, yo, no matter what you do, I'm so good?
Well, that's what I was saying earlier at the very beginning of my answer. This is what I was saying at the very early in my answer. That's what's concerning to me. What's concerning to me is that.
But do you feel like you're the only guy that can like overcome this cancellation because nobody else is doing it?
Well, it's kind of like the 4-minute mile. I don't know if you know the story of the 4-minute mile, but when everyone was running, long distance running, it was impossible. And everyone was attempting it, it was impossible.
We always fucking look after cunts.
After he did it, 10 people did it.
I'm good to everyone.
And it's like the belief. So I think a lot of people want to cancel go, I'm
You're a diamond.
Now, nobody else has I will sit here and openly say my network and the things I do.
The diamond in the rough.
I approach it and the war room, the
diamond in the dirt,
the money I have, and the influence I have is unique. Most people don't have that. However, people will have the morale to go, I've been canceled, but you know what? I'm not quitting. It doesn't matter. I'm not giving up. All right, just make a new account. Bang, back to work, back to work, back to work. And on a long enough scale, if enough people do that, there will be inertia and momentum behind it, which will make a shift in the universe. It will attack the matrix in real time. It's belief.
I have a question.
It's belief. You must believe.
I believe in you.
You must no, but you must believe.
I
Everyone
fucking
must believe in
believe in you, bro.
themselves. That's
Andrew,
the key.
Where did you develop this stuff? Like, where in your life did you start to develop this? Like, at what point were you like, this is the person that I am? Was it something like your father taught you? I know you had some stuff there. I know he passed away, but like, how did you develop the person that you are, the human that you are? Because obviously it happens
experience.
Over time. But like, what were the major key points in your life? You're like, oh shit, I'm starting to realize this is what's very important for me.
Right? That's a really good question, and I'm not sure I know the answer completely and utterly. My entire life I've always woken up thinking or feeling like I had an enemy to fight against. As long as I can remember, I've always had. I was a professional chess player when I was a kid. So when I was 4, I woke up and my dad was sitting there saying, "You're playing this Chinese kid. He's good." Right. So I always had that. Then I had professional fighting. I had 87 fights. So my whole life I had some fight coming up. And now I wake up and the Matrix is attacking me. So I've always woken up feeling like I had an enemy. And that certainly shaped my reality. It definitely shapes how I act and shapes how I think. I've always felt like I was in war, if that makes sense.
Have you ever felt like you were
Sam with fucking $500,000 in his wrist?
No, in fact, quite the opposite. I've had a healthy fear and respect for all of my enemies to the point where I've understood the only chance I stand to beat them is to have as many allies as possible, and the most important ally is my own mind. I have enough people who dislike me that I don't have the luxury of doubting myself. So even at the height of the cancellation, right, when they were coming at me with everything, and I haven't even told you some of the stuff they come at me with. I'm about to tell you this. It's a lot more scary than getting deleted from Instagram.
Sure.
When they were coming at me, absolutely, even the people close to me are going, "You're dealing with this well," and I was like, I have now innumerable shadow figures trying to destroy me. If my brain betrays me, I'm really fucked, right? Like, I can't go down that path. So no, it's actually completely the utter opposite. I've galvanized myself against internal enemies. Me and every single part of me is all on the same team, and it always will be. And I think that's because, like I said, my whole life I was battling against something and someone else. But I'll tell you some of the scary shit that happened, man. Like, reporters were doing articles about me. And they found my members of my family, found my mother. They started harassing my mother and put people outside her house and protests outside and trying to track her down and all this crazy stuff. Then what happened is reporters started calling all my ex-girlfriends and saying, "Hey, I know you've noticed Andrew Tate's in the media. If you have a story about any of his misogynistic comments or anything he did bad or anything bad he did when you were together, we'll pay you £50,000.
Do you know how many girls were contacted?
15. I know.
Okay.
So, but the point is this, that's effectively a bribe.
Yeah.
Do you have a bad story about Andrew, 50 G's?
Right.
That's effectively a bribe.
Yeah.
And the fact that this is actually testament, Matrix, this is testament to what a nice fucking guy I am. Because if you were to get the average man and say, we'll take your last 15 girls you fucked. And
I know, that is crazy.
Most dudes are going to have a couple chicks say something bad. None of them turned on me. Not a single one. They all text me saying, this reporter's trying this. Rolling Stone's trying this. They turned on the Daily Mail's trying this. They all just found my number and told me and just said, look, they're trying this, da-da-da. They all told me, luckily.
15.
But this is what's genuinely truly crazy. They've somehow tried to convince me I'm the face of misogyny and I'm somehow doing this to women. There's not a single woman, not one, who's come forward. Name the woman who's come forward saying I victimized her. Name one.
I don't know.
There's not a single woman saying anything bad about me.
There's a lot said about you. But wait, I was curious. Like, there's no actual besides the clips and
there's nothing.
Like they talked about you got like raided or some shit.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Like, what was that something that actually happened?
Yeah. So I effectively got my house, and I do actually think this was a large part of my cancellation. I don't think I would have got canceled if it wasn't for these rumors of human trafficking and shit.
Yeah.
But
because it gave him that criminal.
Shorts on the podcast. Sorry, guys.
I normally wear shorts too.
Yeah. But yeah, so I effectively got swatted, but it was a very unusual scenario and an unusual situation. And now I'm looking back with my chess playing mind. I think that was part of the whole plan from the beginning.
Yeah.
Somebody was having a conversation with someone close to me, said they'd come out to visit, cool, whatever. Came out to visit, hang around the house. Everything was fine, chilled, no problems at all. Left, no problems at all. Then said they were kidnapped. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then the police, obviously, I have respect for the police force. I'd hate to live in a country where you call the police saying that someo's kidnapped, they don't respond. Of course they respond, they come and check.
Yeah.
You got swatted, right? A fake call.
Yeah.
The story was that her boyfriend found out she was
swatted
there.
is not. Is it not like when they do it over the internet, like just trolls?
Police came.
It's a bit different.
Saw that she came and left. She went.
Probably just a jealous boyfriend running the police.
Threw it out. But it doesn't matter. They ignore the fact that it's thrown out. They run with it, right? His house is raided for human trafficking. That's all they say on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. And I'm thinking that was orchestrated. Someone sent her to do that to begin the attempted downfall.
But you're past that, right?
It's all over now because it was never a thing anyway. But I wasn't even arrested. I was taken to the police station in question for an hour. They went to the CCTV and I went home same night.
The one thing I do want to ask you is, do you ever fear that cancellation is gonna go above social media? Like, let's say, like
what, like this?
That's what he was talking about earlier.
No, but I'm saying no. But
this is the cancellation.
No, but I'm
bro.
saying like a restaurant or a state's gonna say, "Yo."
They already do that.
They
already do that.
But I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, if they're like, "Yo, we've talked about it. We don't want you to visit here."
If Dubai did that, I'd be upset because I love Dubai. But
like, is that a possible scenario or something you worry about?
Perhaps, but there's literally only 2 or 3 countries on the planet I'd care.
Yeah.
If most countries, if they came and said you can't visit, I'd be like, don't give a fuck.
What are those countries?
I think that's ridiculous too.
I love Dubai,
Yeah.
and genuinely, I don't like godless places. This is why. This is my problem with America is it's godless. I don't like it. I like where you live amongst a religion, regardless of what the religion is. I would hate to get kicked out of Europe, but the chance of that happening is 0 because they agree with everything I say. I would hate to get kicked out of Dubai, but the chance of that is 0. Anywhere else, I wouldn't care. I don't care. If whatever
Miami?
other country.
Yeah, would you go to the States? I know you said you didn't want to go there, but
It's godless. I don't feel comfortable. When I'm in Miami, I look around and I say, okay, there's hoes. Okay, you're hot. But it's just drugs, parties, degeneracy, slugs. It's just, I don't like the vibe. I don't feel at home there in any way. Where's the church? I just feel like saying to these bitches, go to church. Go to church. Stop telling me about your OnlyFans. Go to church. What's wrong with you? I don't like it. So I don't want to go. So I don't care if they ban me.
Yeah.
So restaurants, I don't care. Countries, I basically don't care. And the real cancellation is putting
that's
a
a
bullet
clip,
in
eh? Tate, why Tate
Yeah, but
hates
I'm just-
Miami.
Yeah. But
Well, do you have like?
But you
let's
can't-
just, wait, hold on. Do you have like a favorite spot there? Like, if you had to go out there, do you have a favorite spot
in where?
in Miami?
Oh, I don't know. Where did I go?
You partied there a lot, I thought.
Yeah.
Booby
Also,
trap?
hold on. You come here with a bunch of girls though, and you say the same thing.
What do you mean?
Like you came with a bunch of girls. It's not
Yeah,
true.
why are you calling them out? Like
Oh,
that?
they're on camera.
No, you're right. You're right. They're not on camera.
What are you talking about, bro? But no, but it's just America's just not a place I feel an affinity to. I'm not really interested in, and it's the seat of most of this garbage. It's the seat of the satanic garbage which is being inflicted on the world. We're in a war of good versus evil. And if you look at some of the most degenerate things on the internet or on TV or things that are happening in the world today, they are coming from the United States. So I just don't really want to go there. I just don't feel an affinity to the place. Like,
then it seeps into Britain and the UK.
It's some American.
They follow America for some strange reason.
Decides he wants to do something.
Shootings,
decides he's this. Shootings, murders. It's just like, why do I want to go? What's there? Like, there's Lambo garages and nightclubs here. Like, what is there in America? Nobody can tell me because there's nothing there. I don't want to go.
Do you think you would have had the same success if you only came at content like from the positive male like enforcement aspect?
That's a good question as well. And Joe Rogan said this, he was quite right. He said, like, if I would have stuck to the male positivity, avoided anything that could be deemed misogynistic,
he would have been big, but not as big
on the longer term. I agree with that, but I also
unless
think
he just like went crazy on that stuff.
Is such a large part of being a man and the male experience. And I also think that nearly every man, no matter who you are, whether all of us sitting
you
here,
crave women, that's what gives you fucking
has had a
hanging.
fairly similar life path. We've all grown up, fell in love with that bitch in school. She wouldn't fuck. She fucked someone else. Fell in love with her first girlfriend. She cheated, heartbroken, whatever. We've all had a similar story, right? So we all have an affinity to it. And I think that your relationship with women as a man is one of
the only people who don't agree with him are guys who you can clearly say have never been in a fucking relationship.
With women. And if you ever look at a man who's miserable, he might have all the money in the world. But his wife doesn't like him, and he's miserable anyway.
Women in general, or one woman?
No, but I'm saying it's such an important part of the masculine experience. It's hard to talk about positivity and masculine values and how to approach life and never mention relationships with women ever.
So have you been through something like that with a woman?
No, everyone's had like girlfriends they broke up with.
Everyone.
Do
you have any specific stories of yours in your love life that kind of like showed you that?
No, I don't have anything that's
I don't think is outstanding or any different than anyone else has.
Yeah, I understand.
Do you know what I mean?
So you think talking about that stuff, that type of content, which is so important because everyone has dealt with that kind of stuff?
I think it is. I mean, like another thing I do is I react.
I wonder if you could have done it without the fucking like being like pure inflammatory on purpose about women and that, like, because he is still charismatic. Like he's always worth hundreds of millions. Like that's interesting. He's funny. Like so. But then would he just be like another like one of them guys like what the fucking
how do you define a loser?
Can't think one, but the guys who go on Joe Rogan like what's that David Goggins or like
people always sit and say Tate says
I think you can make a lot of money from public speaking though.
I say that I can only speak from my experience, and I
like Tony Robbins kind of stuff.
Living a very unique masculine experience,
and Tony Robbins is fucking brilliant. Like I won't have nothing bad said about that guy. That guy is fucking shit hot at what he does.
Work hard and become a top tier male, or your life's gonna suck. That's basically what my message is. When Joe Schmo comes and says, "I'm Joe Schmo, I'm not you. What do I do?" and I say, "I don't know," because if your bitch will fuck Joe Schmo, then that means Joe Schmo's your competition. Now you got to worry about the guy in KFC, bro. Like she'll fuck anybody because she's fucking you and you're a loser. So you got to stop being a loser, and your bitch doesn't fuck losers. So what do you want me to do? And that's my basic message.
That's crazy.
But you can't avoid that whole topic, right?
Yeah,
for sure. And then you know, even just what I said there, they're gonna take it, chop it up.
Fuck that heart. I'm not gonna lie.
Losers, and they're gonna come.
Yeah. Have you backed off talking about like the women type of shit now?
A bit. I mean, it's a bit boring anyway. What's there to say?
You said whatever you want to say, right?
I think women stay with men they respect. You have to be a man worth respecting. And I say this all the time.
So are we rocking with female pilots now, or are we?
I still don't want chicks flying.
What do you think about it? What do you? But wait,
you're jokes for that.
Asking.
I still don't, but that's not an insult on women. I'm not attacking women. I think that women are amazing, beautiful creatures, which are better at a lot of things than men are. However, in certain scenarios where there's high pressure in the result of an unfortunate circumstance,
funny how that we can say that women are the best at being mums and caring and stuff like that. But we're not allowed to say what men are like. But that's all he said, is I'd rather have a male pilot, right? I'd rather have a female nanny. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather have a female nurse. I'd rather have a female care for you. And like, but yeah, like men are better at stuff than women. Like, I think we all know this. The guy's not telling you rocket science.
But so I would prefer to have a male pilot. I'm not
just
saying
gonna clip that first part though, to be honest.
Oh, exactly. So I can't win. So I can't win.
What do you think about a stay-at-home dad and the wife works?
And if you ask women like my mum's age, they know about all this stuff, like from traditional values.
I don't think that would be a happy couple dynamic for very long. I don't think it will last long. That's my personal view. I think
Sonny's thinking about
the mom's getting slammed in the office.
I don't think I can marry. Well, I don't chick that rich is gonna marry me, bro. What the fuck?
I don't know. I thought that was your plan.
No, I can't get that.
Okay. I think once the chick like
Sonny's trying to be a stay-home dad or what?
Exactly.
Nah.
We're talking about it a lot.
I have never said that once. Just making that very clear for the audience, by the way. I'm gonna get the bag. Nobody has to worry out there.
Well, the audience is here, dude. What are you talking about?
Okay, sorry, my
He's
fault.
looking at the chicks on the couch.
When I comment on that, I'm not saying that people shouldn't do that if that makes them happy, whether it's the man or the woman. Everyone should live and do whatever makes them happy. I'm saying that I don't think that relationship will last long because I don't think a woman would be happy providing for a man on the long term. That's my personal view. I'll say that. Some people will sit there and go, that's misogynist. Some women work hard. I'm not saying some women don't work hard. I'm not saying that some couples won't work. I'm talking about as a generalization. In general, I think that couple dynamic, I don't see that working in the long term. That's my personal view. Sorry, world. Attack me.
Bad for opinions. Crazy.
Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah.
That was a crazy statement. It really was.
Right
hanging with your boys is the funnest thing to do, though.
Facts.
Hanging with your boys is the funnest thing to do.
Yeah.
No matter how much money you have, it's still always going to be the
always
best.
the best.
100%. You look back to the memories. Yeah, facts.
I agree.
Hanging with your boys and talking shit and laughing is always going to be the peak human experience.
Yeah. Well, once you have it all, like, where do you go from that? Like, you get more.
You just need. I think.
How many close boys do you have?
Yeah.
Like you, Tristan. Who else?
2, 3.
Tristan, you want to come in here?
You don't want to come on here? No, he's good.
Hanging with your boys is always going to be the peak thing. It doesn't matter if I have $100 million or I have $10. I'll be still sitting with Tristan laughing. That's always going to be the funnest thing.
Have you guys been like that since you were born?
Yeah. That is crazy.
Was that toxic, or was it just
I've got a brother, and I'd love it if I had a relationship with him like that.
When we were a kid, and our dad wouldn't have it.
Fuck yeah.
Good.
The world's out to get
I think
boys.
people.
You're on the same
I think
team.
there's a lot of people that don't understand the importance of getting along with your relatives, and that's something that you guys show. I think people envy.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a brother, the idea is that you make the best friend possible out of him, right? Why else would you have a brother?
No, but I think there's a lot of like families that lack that.
But this is the thing, and this is where I'm about to get. I I need to shut up, man. I have to say some shit.
You're already canceled.
Yeah,
What,
whatever.
they wanna get rid of the family?
No, I can go down a whole bunch of tangents. That's true though.
Yeah.
But I can go down a whole bunch of tangents. But in my experience, these shorts are so small. 1 second.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Where's the sheesh guy?
Are you
Does he have
going
a
for
pair
like
of pants?
are you going for like the Dan Bilzerian type of vibe with the short
I
shorts?
was swimming, and then we went to the desert, and then you guys are here.
Okay.
So it's just one of them things. In my experience, I have a lot of guys who come and say, I'm not as close with my brother as you and Tristan. I want to be as close. Why are we not as close as you and your brother are? And and 95%
A lot
of
of
the
it's
time,
top
the
behavior.
answer is because of chicks. Because,
Whoa.
No, because you have two brothers growing up.
Nah.
They hit puberty, whatever. They
Not
both
me.
get different girlfriends. They move in with their girl, or their girl doesn't like them rolling with the
Oh,
brother.
right,
because they're
yeah.
always out doing man shit, and,
Okay.
and the girl slightly isolates them to a degree, or the
Yeah,
chick doesn't like
that's
his
true.
chick, or whatever. There's some chick involved.
Yeah,
in it.
that is
so
true,
if you want to truly
sometimes,
have
yeah.
a close relationship with your
That's
brother or
crazy,
your friends,
bro.
you need to have a relationship with them where you sit and say, all right, cool. Me and Tristan have done this multiple times. We've had girls sit there and go, I don't like your brother. That's a problem because if it gets anywhere near a decision, you're going to lose. So you either like him right away or just fuck off. But most people won't do that. Most people will be like, well, why? Well, yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah,
good too,
that's
I guess.
facts.
Okay, we won't go over there tonight.
I know.
And then, please suck me off. And then
I know, pathetic.
That
you
is
have to make
very,
a choice.
That is very true.
It's
Bro,
true.
what's wrong
You
with
have to make
teaching
a
fucking
choice.
guys that?
You have to
Like, what?
make a decision, and we always made the decision.
This guy is, like, in general, a force of good for a while.
and
Like,
it ties into lots of things.
100%.
It also ties into economics. I've said this story before, but I'll say it again. When I was growing up in Luton in England, which is a highly Islamic town.
I thought he was going to say a rough town, but there is a lot.
I was friends with some
Big
Muslim guys in
Pakistani
college, and they used to
population.
laugh at me all the time. One of them was like 19, worked in Tesco and had a Ferrari. I was like, bro, how do you have a Ferrari when you're working at?
He normally says that it's like a
chicken
rough
shit
place.
shop.
It like it is like.
It's like, how do you have a Ferrari when you work in a fast food restaurant? He said, because I got 9 brothers, and we all work together, and we share the car. I was like, okay, well, why do you share the car? He said, no, you don't understand. I won't use the racial slurs, but he was like, you people, there's you and your 3 brothers. You all grow up, you all decide to get with your girl, you all go pay different rents, you all disappear, all your money gets spread out now, you're taking your girl on holiday and paying a different rents, and you're all separate. Me and my 9 brothers live in one big house. If we meet a woman, she moves into the house. The men are all focused on making money. The women are all looking after us, cooking, cleaning. You got 9 men in the same house trying to pool their incomes. That's why we own the houses you rent from us. It's different. Brotherhood first. It's different. You people don't think that way. You fall in love. You fall in love with some bitch and you run off. You go pay her.
Sure.
It's like a different mentality, and that's why they win.
I think it's funny because a lot of people that have talked about you say, I agree with a lot of things that he says.
99%.
Things that I just can't agree with.
But I don't even know what that is. Sometimes it's just the way he says it.
It doesn't suck because that's life.
I might actually agree with him 100%, but just don't agree with like how he says it sometimes. But then I understand why he done that as well, because to get famous, obviously, that was obviously part of the plan, was it? And part of the plan was to get cancelled. He was obviously being inflammatory on purpose, was he?
And they amplified them. That's true.
So,
but I can't think of anyone else.
It's hard to fucking pick. So I've got questions I'd like to ask.
And yeah, we're living in a world now where people are asinine. They have the slave mind.
It is
What's interesting is there's a
fascinating,
guy who's built a TikTok account, and I think he has like 1 million followers. And what he does is he walks around college campuses asking people if they've heard of me, and then if they like me or not. It's brilliant. So he goes and goes, have you heard of Andrew Tate? And they're like, yeah. Do you like him? No. Why? He's misogynist. Define misogynist.
Yeah.
Whatever, bro. And just what they don't even know why they dislike me.
Yeah.
And it's the slave mind.
Taught to this.
Yeah,
They can't even tell you a quote I've said. What's he said?
Has he said the misogynist thing? Yes. Yes. I couldn't think
he's
of
a piece of
it
shit.
right
They
now.
can't answer
But
the questions. They don't
he
know.
has said misogynist things.
A lot of
Like,
these people are just slave mind programmed.
right. Misogynist
No
is
girls
just
ever
like
supposed to be
fucking hating on women, is it? Like,
Absolutely.
if you hate women, you're a misogynist. But does he hate women? No. So he's not a misogynist.
In fact,
but has he said
quite
stuff
the
that
opposite.
it could cause hate towards women?
Yeah, I wish there was more
probably.
men like you, protect, provide, etc. Yeah, people take everything out of context. I've never had a single chick ever mad about anything I've ever said ever. Not one. Now maybe if I was in godless America,
That's amazing.
Some dumb shit. I live in countries of civilization.
Yeah, true. In Romania, girls know that that's what that is.
Earlier, I
You know
was
what I
talking
mean?
about self-love, and you said earlier about like your brother, and you have all the money, you have all the stuff. What's really important is like the time you spend with basically your loved ones, right?
Facts.
So my thought in life is that the most important thing in life is love, and being able to love yourself and love those around you. I wanted to get your opinion on that because I think more kids, because obviously a lot of kids are going to listen to this and watch this, but I think more people should talk about that idea and how do you find that. I wanted your experience of finding that as a whole.
Yeah, and that's a really good question. And we live in a hateful world, and it's kind of scary because whether it's the sensationalism that the media outlets are getting from the clips by purporting hateful ideas, like you just said, whether it's weaponized virtue, which is basically pure hate against people like me or the people they don't like. Cancellation as a whole is hateful.
Yeah.
It's a hateful act. They'll sit and say, he's so bad. They don't, let's use my example, misogyny. Do you think the people who are attacking me give a single fuck about, do you think any of them donate to women's charities?
No.
Do you think any of them protect women or care about women? No, they just hate me. It's hateful, right? Yeah. So we live in a very, very hateful world. And I think love comes from a position of strength. I think you always have to be a strong person to love. I think you have to be an intelligent person to love, which is why stupid people are so hateful. And you have to work on yourself, and I think you have to become strong in your body and mind to love things. It's not easy to love things and people when they do you wrong. It's not easy to love a woman again after your last one did whatever. It's not easy to do it. You have to be a strong individual, and that's why I think love comes from strength, which is why I always say strength is so important mentally and physically. I say that all the time. It's all I talk about. I say that if you're a man, the easiest way to improve your life in every single possible way is to just work on your physical strength and your mental strength to follow, and you become a better person and you can love. You know this yourself. Look at the size of you, right? You go in the gym, it's the biggest guys that are the nicest guys. True or false?
True.
Because they don't have this ego. It's the same. If you walk in a fighter gym, the most deadly dude in there is going to be a nice guy.
And it's interesting how the perception is that you're going to be a bad guy because of the way you look.
Completely.
A lot of things, like the things that you say or the things that you're doing, or like the masculine stance that you take, you're a bad guy.
Yep.
And it's just, the whole thing is just crazy to me how it happens. But I really want to emphasize that for the people listening, is like self-love is the most important thing, and being able to give love and share love. Like, what else are we doing all this shit for?
Completely. And you can't pour from an empty cup. And before you give love to anybody else, you have to truly love yourself. And I think the easiest way to love yourself as a man is to be proud of yourself. And to be proud of yourself, you have to decide who you want to be inside of the metaverse, inside of the matrix. You have to decide the character you want to be and try your best to achieve it.
Why do you think people struggle with being proud of themselves?
I think because they know they're failing. I think that most people failing in life know very well they're failing. And it doesn't matter what avatar you decide to absorb or who you decide to be. You can decide to be it, and you know true in your heart if you're giving 100% of your energy towards becoming it or not. Doesn't matter if you want to become a famous musician. Doesn't matter if you want to become a bodybuilder. Doesn't matter if you want to become a pro fighter. Doesn't matter what you want to be. You know in your heart if you're actually trying or not. You have to decide what you want to be and try and become it. And a lot of the people who are genuinely unhappy or miserable in their hearts know they're not trying that hard.
Well, and I think they also focus on what everyone else is doing, right or wrong, and then judging outward. And everyone's like focused on this outward reflection of like what that person has and versus what they don't have, and it's all just like this just cycle of negativity.
Completely.
And it's just we found ourselves, especially with social media nowadays, we found ourselves like most people, because maybe they're not mentally strong enough to understand like, oh, wait, I need to create my own value instead of looking outwards and saying, well, fuck what that guy has or fuck that guy because I don't have it. But like, how do you think we fix it, or can we fix it? And there's another question I want you to try to answer too, is like, can everyone be successful? Do you believe that?
Good question. So firstly, I'll answer, can everyone be successful? I think the world would be a terrible place if everyone had a free mind. You do need the slave minds.
I've heard you say that.
As annoying as they are,
yeah,
you do need the slave minds. You do need the guy who believes that, working the gas station is important and he's good at it. You need him. It's good. You need these people.
Yeah, but what if that guy just doesn't know any better, though?
It's good.
Or he's
this is what we're talking about,
good,
though.
fine. The world can't all be, mansions in the Palm and Dubai.
Who's going to build them?
So
who's going to come and be your
fucking?
fucking?
All about
It just can't
self-definition,
happen.
which is what I was saying at the beginning. You have to decide who you want to be, and if you wanted to be Joe Schmo and you pull it off, then you'll be a pretty happy, content person. To decide who you want to be. I think the people who are miserable is the
cream
gap
rises
between
to
their
the top.
expectations and their reality. That's where the misery lies.
Yeah.
My expectations were always enormously high, even when I was a nobody. I knew I had to be filthy rich and a kickboxer, and I knew I had to be the kind of guy.
That's I just wasn't thinking like that.
I know, but I knew I'm basic things. At the age of 15,
I was literally thinking at that age, just like party, like get girls, like fucking go out, have fun with my mates, just like causing havoc. Like, it's crazy at that age that he was thinking that kind of fucking way, man.
I'm
I
the
don't
kind of
get
guy
that.
that if I raise my voice, people are going to care. I'm not going to be the guy who starts shouting and everyone thinks it's funny. I know I'm going to be the kind of guy who's genuinely a formidable opponent in all around of human endeavor.
I get
know
that.
I have money. I know I'm not going to take shit.
Where did
from
that come
nobody.
from, though?
But
You can't just.
Yeah, I know.
And I understand.
I just was never, the money thing for me never came in for a little bit after, like 25, and then I started thinking, shit, I need to fucking.
But the people who are miserable,
Like,
are
I've
people
done all
who
the
don't
party and
try
all the
hard enough
fun.
to obtain it, because I actually believe, and this is another thing I'll say, I believe the universe is very giving. I think the universe and God himself is very giving. I've yet to meet somebody in all my years who is genuinely giving 100% of themselves day after day, doesn't snake anyone, firm handshake, look you in the eye, doesn't lie to nobody, and tries 100%, who doesn't get what they want. I've never seen it. Every single person who doesn't have what they want, there's something in their story that doesn't quite add up. I've yet to see some guy have you ever seen a guy who eats right and trains his ass off and never misses a gym session ever not grow? Never.
Not what? Not what?
Grow.
Not grow. Not make
ever.
gain.
It's just, that's the way the universe works, right? So if you're truly about it and you're truly trying your absolute best, you're going to do it. And that's what I believe. I believe the universe is extremely giving. So when I meet somebody and they go, I really wanted this and I don't have it, I say, you didn't really want it. You're a liar.
Out of all like the successful people, most successful people in the world, would you say that all of them have like something in common in the sense of like some sort of hardship in their life? It's not.
Well, yeah. I mean, trauma is extremely important. And this actually goes back into answering the first part of your question.
Makes you desperate.
There's a study I read about stress. And it was saying that stress has a placebo effect attached to it because the placebo effect is extremely powerful. So they found some of the most stressed people in the world and they split them into 2 groups. And they're all equally stressed. They all have a bunch of cortisol in their blood.
Yeah.
The people who believed that stress was bad for you and that stress can hurt you, and they believed those media articles, were dying earlier. They were having heart attacks and they were having stress-related illnesses. The people who believed the opposite, who just said, stress is part of being successful. I like stress. When I feel stressed, I do my best. It makes me anxious. It turns my brain on. I like being stressed. Lived longer than average.
I can believe that.
The point is, the same drug, how you look at it and how your body anticipates it, how you feel about it, affects the real world results. Which goes back into
it's like there's even cancer patients that they've said that will never, that are like,
that's
that are about to die, and they just like, they're almost like refuse to believe it as much that miracles have happened. Like, I'm not saying that's like professional thing, but that shit has happened.
By hook or by crook.
Well, when I watch other people on social media and I see someone killing it, like whoever it is, someone, that fires me the fuck up.
I love it. I wish someone could make me jealous. It's hard now. I got everything. I wish I could look at somebody and go, fuck her. I'm going to beat you.
Would you say jealousy is the number one, like, because a lot of people reach out to you, right? Would you say that's the number one spark for motivation?
Well, I don't think motivation is a real
it's
thing.
not jealousy.
I don't believe motivation as a concept. I think discipline is real. I also think discontentment is real. And I don't think it's possible for anybody to stay in a scenario where they're truly uncomfortable. If you fall asleep on your arm and your arm really starts to hurt, even in the deepest sleep, you're going to wake up and move your arm. If you sit there and your life has been in a rut for 7 years, you are semi-comfortable in that rut. Sure, there's days you're pissed off. Sure, you're semi-annoyed by it. But there's also days where you just play video games, eat pizza, and you're kind of cool with it and it's no big deal. If you were truly unhappy and uncomfortable and discontent with your scenario, you wouldn't be in it. So I don't believe there's anybody who's truly... When I was broke, I couldn't sleep. Yeah. I'm not saying that. Please understand me. When I was broke, I couldn't sleep. I'd be trying to go to bed thinking, how the fuck these people have Ferraris? I want a fucking Ferrari. I couldn't sleep.
But what were the first steps that you took when you're like, yo, I got to fucking change my life? What was the first thing you did? So people out there that might be going through it.
But I never had to like change my life because my life was never wrong because I always knew what I wanted. And I was always doing my best to get it.
I think that's like built within people.
This is hold on. This comes down to self-awareness. Everyone is, like I said earlier about the outward reflection about what's happening.
That discipline must be built into you.
Anymore. People are taught to just like I said, look at that guy, what he has, and be mad that you don't have it. Or like, if something's going on with me, I don't want to look inside and say, what's actually happening with me? Why am I this way? Why am I the person that I am today? Everyone goes, it's an outward. Like if I have a problem with a girl, oh, it's her fucking fault.
Oh yeah, pass the blame. Pass the blame.
Everything has been that way, and I just want to talk more about this kind of stuff because like we're asking these questions like about like what this, but I want to figure out deeply how do you think a man specifically in this case is able to look at themselves more comfortably without holding the judgment, the fact that they don't have the stuff over themselves, because we need to talk more about this kind of shit and critical thinking as well. We'll get into that next.
Completely. You're totally right. I think there's 2 answers to the question. One, I think a lot of that came from chess because chess is the most ruthless game on the planet. And what chess will teach you, people think chess guys are nerds. Chess guys are psychopaths, man.
No, they're smart.
They're
Are you nasty at chess?
I'm all right. I'm not.
What's your best like game, like strategy?
My elo for anyone who knows chess rating is like 1800, which is it's all right. It's a pretty average considering my father was a grandmaster. It's not even that good. But I was 1800 when I was 8. I got no better, right? Okay. So because I stopped playing, but chess teaches you that no matter how, chess teaches you that if you lose, at some point you made a mistake. It doesn't matter if it's the smallest mistake. It doesn't matter if you just took too long to think.
This is a fucking amazing interview.
Time on the clock. At some point, you fucked up for you to lose that game. It's 100% accountability with no luck. That's what's so important about learning chess. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, you need to, as a man, adopt the mindset that absolutely everything that happens to you is completely and utterly your fault, whether it's good or bad. And most men don't have that. Most men don't have that. When the Matrix was attacking me and they were destroying me, When they're calling up my exes trying to get fake fucking charges on me and put me in jail. When they close my bank accounts and I use $10, $11 million. When they ban me across all social medias and lie about me. When they harass my family. I'm sitting there going, this is my fault. All of this is me. I got here. It's my fault. I'm not going, that was unfair. It was orchestrated. The NGOs worked against me. Because that is not helpful.
So it's accountability.
It's 100% accountability in all things. But also, when I go out there and I start to Bugatti, it's like, that's me. This is my fault. The car is my fault. The big house is my fault. And everything that ever goes wrong is my fault.
And the failures.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to take complete and utter accountability for everything. You can't make excuses ever. Yeah. There's never an excuse. And you're right. People try and put things on the outwards on the outside. It's interesting. I remember watching Forrest Gump about 5 years ago. I was on a plane. I can't remember where I was flying. And the beginning of Forrest Gump has a scene in it, which I don't think many people actually have ever analyzed or anticipated or understood what the scene means. But when he's sitting on the bench at the beginning, think about Forrest Gump. He's sitting on the bench at the beginning and there's a feather blowing.
Yeah, nailed this shit.
And then it lands on him.
That's probably one of my best movies.
What they're saying with that is Forrest is the feather and life has just pushed him all over and put him in all these unusual scenarios. Life has directed him everywhere. Yeah. That's what it's saying. Sure. And if you're going to be the guy and you're going to allow life to happen to you and you're not going to happen to life, then you're at mercy of the wind. Perhaps it might work out okay, but it might not, right? So you have to be the guy who goes, okay, the wind's blowing in this direction. Fuck them. I'm doing this. You have to come to life. You can't let life come to you, because if you let life come to you, then you're going to be living inside of a matrix and a system which is designed not for you to live your best life. It's designed for you to comply, and it's not for your benefit.
How do you think men can build more confidence in like deciding their life instead of just letting it be decided for them?
Yeah, so they have to take absolute responsibility, which is the first thing. The second thing, they have to get competence, and competence is going to allow you to have confidence. You're not going to be good at shit if you're bad at shit. You have to be good at things. You're only going to be confident at things if you're good at things. I know what I'm good at and what I'm bad at. So you have to go out there and take risks, and you have to make mistakes, and you have to risk it all.
Fuck, I'm watching some of this later now. I can't watch this all, like. It's a bit fucking with the same after a while. Right. Fuck it. I think we'll just leave it there.